Hello, everybody. Hello and welcome. If you can hear me, please do let me know in the comment section. We should always do testing. I have learned to always do testing. Please like this live stream as you come in, guys. Just plugging my devices in. Hello and welcome, guys. If you can hear me, please do let me know in the comment section. I already have 3 comments. Okay. Oh, hello, Fashion with Lifestyle. Thank you so much for coming. Hello, Abby. Welcome. You can hear me. Thank you so much. Happy Sunday to everybody. Happy first Sunday actually. Yes, it's first Sunday today. So happy first Sunday today. And yeah, I think we should just run through all the things that I do. So guys, I really need your help here. So I am taking my candle business really serious this year. I have neglected it for a few months now because I've been focusing more on YouTube. I've been focusing a lot on YouTube, and I'm sure you guys can see from the growth. I have been focusing a lot on YouTube. So obviously, my candle business, it's something I do on the side as well. I'm contemplating closing down my website because I don't get much order from my website. Most of my orders come from TikTok. So I'm contemplating closing down my website and just put all of my just concentrate on my shop on TikTok. So my business TikTok page is TMO5. I'm sure most of you, if you hear me, most of my video I say TMO5 Candle Co. So my TikTok name of my business handle is TMO5 Candle Co. I'm going to put it in the comment section there. And if you look at the banner underneath there, it has it there. So kindly go follow me. If you're in the UK, I sell candles, scented candles, I sell wax melts, I sell home diffusers as well. I sell car diffusers as well. So yeah, I'm at the last I'm at the last thread of shutting my website down either this month or next month, but we will see. Anyway, guys, let's go to the topic for today. So the topic for today, and Abby said, I don't think you shut down your business website because it gives the business credibility. I've been trying to, I was thinking about it actually, but like I said, most people still go, even though when they found me by my website, but then they always go on to TikTok to, order, mostly because maybe they get free delivery most of the time on TikTok. So yeah, I would say, like I said, I'm going to give it about a month because I'm paying almost £20 a month on my website. And I feel like the orders I get there, it's not as much as on TikTok, but maybe keep it for another few months and see how it goes. So with that being said, let's dive into today's topic. So from the thumbnail there, I'm sure you guys know what today's topic is all about. And in a way here, I'm going to try my best and not say too much. Abby, you know what I'm talking about because I could just relate to the story of this man. Okay. And I have a lot to say, not in terms of say, but obviously advice as well, because, in every other person's story, there's something to learn. We learn, okay? We learn from, don't just come and listen to people's story. You should welcome Zeno, welcome, how are you? Don't just listen to people's story. Listen to people's story and take lessons from it. And that's what I mean, since I clock 40 at this age, I've always know that when I listen to people's story, I look at what I would have done differently and maybe what I wouldn't have done, or how I'm going to stick my guns down if I were to find myself in that situation. Zeno, Abby said you are 4 minutes late. So I'm going to drop the video here. So like I said, according to the title, a Nigerian made homeless after his wife kicked him out months after relocating to the UK. And if there are any men that are joining us later on today, please, I want you to come in and speak. I want you to come in and speak, because by the time I'm going deep into the story, I'm going to be going deep and I'm going to be pressing people's necks. I'm going to be pressing the neck of the men. And I mean it. So if you're a man in this house at some point, or you come across this video at any time, I really want you to come in and chip in your own opinion, because here, when I listened to that guy's video, I could just relate to it. I could relate to it 100%. And also, when I saw his video on TikTok, and people were like, "Oh, men are this, women are that, women," they were just talking about women. And I was like, you know what? If you've not been abroad, you really shouldn't be talking. Like, you really should not be giving any comment. If you've not been abroad, if you're not living abroad as husband and wife, if you are not living as that in diaspora, please, you like that video I was posting in the comment that you should not even talk. Like, don't talk. So I'm going to pop the video up here and let's listen to it.
Couples in ways they never imagined. What happens?
So I'm going to mute the volume here so we can obviously read from the maybe I should just turn the topic on because I don't want it to be copyrighted. Well, let's keep. Hold on.
So she said her barrister told her that I should come and collect my BRP before it will expire.
Together, and France's wife in ways they never imagined.
Hello,
what happens to love when they move abroad? 63-year-old Francis moved to the UK to join his wife, of whom they've been married for over 28 years. Just a year and some months living together, and Francis' wife kicked him out. Here is his story.
I am from Nigeria. On the 30th of January 2024, I'm jobless.
He's jobless.
I've been searching for a job I can do.
He said
it's been long. I've been searching for work since I came in here. Sometimes they told me
he's been in the UK for about a year and a half, and he said he's been searching for a job since he arrived. So for a year and a half, let's say roughly 18 months. So he's been searching for a job for 18 months. You guys take note of that. He's been searching for a job for 18 months. So 18 months he's been searching for a job. He's not able to find a job, right? And this is a man who has a wife and children, okay? So thank God there's a male in the house. David, you must call. You must call onto the show tonight. Today. By fire, by force. So let's keep listening.
That it is the only security job that is available. Then I have to pursue my training on SIL license. I got my badge. Then since then, I've been looking for a security job nowhere.
He said he has been looking for a security job for 18 months and he's not been able to find a job for 18 months.
Because if it was like that, I wouldn't have been here. If it was so big, so much like that, I wouldn't have come.
He said if he knew it was that difficult to get a job, he wouldn't have, come abroad.
Even at first time, I didn't want to come. So she said her barrister told her that I should come and collect my BRP before it will expire. So the later I want to visit them, I can visit them. That kind of thing. Before she started.
You guys, you heard. The lady's barrister said he should come and collect his BRP so that anytime he wants to visit, he can visit. So Oga's plan is to come visiting. Oga's plan is to come visiting. This is somebody who has a wife and children. So his plan for coming abroad is to come visiting until the wife changes it for him.
That trouble before she started manipulating me, maltreating me.
You guys heard. His plan was to come and be visiting until the woman start, manipulating her. Manipulating him, mistreating him. Guys, be taking notes, you. Be taking notes.
All sort of bad things that I cannot even bear.
David said, Papa should have known that once he crossed past 45, jobs start doing ageism. They want to hire an 18-year-old to work 50 years and retire than work 6 years and collect. Thank you so much, David Black, for that. This is something, maybe I should not talk, but yes, thank you so much for that. See, it's a different case if you arrived in the UK in your early 30s, okay? It will be better. In fact, you gain more opportunity if that man is willing. If you arrive in the UK, maybe you're in your early 30s, but him is 62 years. I mean, he's 58 years old. I can't remember what he calls his age. It was 58. He's 58 years old, or how old? So he has less than 8 years to the retirement age in the UK. Abby, I'm not talking. I am not talking. You know that story. This story relates to something you know about, right? So let me not talk. Let's keep listening.
So this is how I found myself. That is it. In the next 4 days now, I'll be homeless because I have no job, I have no money to pay for that place. So that is it. Since that time, I can say that we communicated only once or twice. She's even.
So I tried to cut that part of those videos. So the question was that what has he been communicating with his wife since his wife sent him packing? So his response was like, well, they've only communicate once or twice.
In Nigeria, she traveled. She told me she wanted to travel to Nigeria. So it's fine. No? So that is it. The children are back in Nigeria. She said she wants to travel to Nigeria to bring them. So that kind of a thing.
Oh, all right. Okay. So when the woman came, the woman did not come with the children. So he came to join his wife And now, according to him, the wife has now gone to Nigeria to go bring the children. Now, money, oh, that is money. Abby said, I don't want to talk because they will say I'm misandrist. Abby, English in layman words. Biko, let's keep listening.
I found myself in this condition. I will not be here. I will manage myself back in Nigeria.
We visited Francis at his current residence, and he had more to say.
I need at least shelter where I can lay my head.
David said, to be honest, I don't blame the wife either. Nigeria and frustrations na 5 and 6, but proper planning was not done well. We are getting somewhere. Thank you for that.
No, that's
so support. He's homeless.
Like I used to go to a charity home where they give me some food to eat. That is how I've been managing my life since I came back to Leicester. So some of my friends and brothers who live around that have had my presence here, sometimes they come and collect me to their house, give me food. Sometimes they give me small money to buy something to eat, to buy soup and take my bath, things like that. So life has not been easy for me. So a different life that was not bearable by me. After Ocean and Dora, I did all I can for peace to reign. For her to at least accept me as a husband, she refused. To the extent, at my age, she made me to continue crying like a baby. Always beg, always the way.
One thing I have to say is this: as a woman, if a woman is saying to a grown-ass man to go find a job, to me, that is an embarrassment. That is an insult. In fact, an insult on the part of the woman because, as I said, he is a grown-ass man. He is a grown man. For the fact that for a woman to be telling a man who is not disabled in any way, a man who is not sick, a man who has no reason whatsoever not to work. If your wife is telling you to go find a job, it is a slap on her face telling you that because you're both in that country. You know that even the Bible says, if you don't work, you don't eat. So this Oga came with the intention of coming to visit back and forth. Who's going to be paying for the flight tickets? Baba, so the lawyer said he should come and collect his BRP so that if he wants to come and visit, he can be able to visit, come and go. While the woman will be working her ass off, multiple jobs. And you heard him there when he said she's gone to Nigeria to go bring their children. So she's going to go bring their children, but prior to her going to go bring those children, 18 months you've been in the UK and you've not been able to get a job. One thing I often say to people is that when you're in a certain environment, if you're not able to get a job in that vicinity, relocate. Go out with that area. Yes, I know age is not on his side. And I'm going to be discussing all of that towards the lessons that could be learned from this video, okay? Age is not on his side. And the manager at my work, one of the band sixes at my work, I am 20 years older than her. I am a newly qualified nurse. I've only been a nurse for 3 years. And this girl, she's only 21. She probably finished uni or she became a nurse when she was 16 or maybe when she was 18 or something. She is a band 6. She's been a nurse for 6 years. That's one of my team leaders. And the other ones, like, we are all maybe like the same age range. Some of them are 40, some of them are 50. Like, out of the 7 of them, 5 of them are 50 and above. 2 are like 40 and 1 is below the age. So what I'm trying to say in essence, that age is not on his side. But if your wife is actually telling you, like, you stayed with her for 18 months, she tolerated you not working for 18 months. And you say you try to be, it's not a matter of you trying to be a good husband to her. Money is important, especially in this country, especially when bills have to be paid. Your electricity is not buy now, come later. It is you pay, and there's pay as you go. You buy food. You can't say Yasilifa or Yadis in Peckham, Shemole bag of rice. It does not work that way. It does not work out that way. That's why at times I've heard a few stories. Guys, let me shut my door because I don't want my kids, hearing this. I've heard a few stories of Africans, most especially Nigerians, whose husbands have refused to work. In this case, the woman brought her, and I'm sure we've had live streams where we're talking about men who are like, oh, I brought you abroad. In this case, the woman brought this man abroad. Though later on in the video, he said he contributed. But this way is the woman who is the main applicant. So he happens to be the dependent. But like I said, in a world, in this life, when your wife is telling you to go find a job, you yourself, you did not think that, oh, this woman, she will pay this, she will pay that. Maybe I should go and do a taxi job. Maybe I should go and do Uber job. Maybe I should go and do Uber delivery job. Look for one cheap car that is still within the age of the kind of car you can do for such runs. Go and be doing delivery jobs. Or guy is not doing it. Let's keep listening.
She maltreated me, and I cannot bear it. I didn't bear it. To the extent, she even told me that when I told her I want to go back to Nigeria, she said before I go back to Nigeria that I have to sign for her and pay her the whole money she was in bringing me. I said it's so that's no.
So he said he wants to go back, and the wife said, okay, before you go, you have to sign something. I think maybe so that it will not affect our visa or something. I don't know the kind of visa they've got, so that it will not affect our kind of visa. The guy said, okay, yeah, he's happy to do so.
Problem. She prepared almost 3 times documents for me to sign, which I did under pressure. That I have to sign those documents that I will pay her back the money that she used in bringing me. I said, there's no problem, I'll pay you.
David, I think this man is lazy, in my own opinion. Why do you have to wait for your wife to tell you to go and find a job? Is it until the wife shouts that, I'm struggling, I'm struggling now, I can't pay rent, I can't buy food? Is it until when the woman starts to do that? In my own opinion, I think he's lazy. I think he's lazy. Does he have to wait till the wife starts saying, go and find a job? And you guys say from the beginning, the lawyer is that so that if I want to come and visit, I can go and be visiting and be coming. Visiting. Who does that? Visiting. Like.
Go back to Nigeria, where am I going to stay?
Even going back to Nigeria is not an option for him. You can hear him. If I go back to Nigeria, where am I going to stay? Nothing.
Everything was disposed of before I started coming down to this place.
Everything was disposed of, which means that they've practically sold everything they have in Nigeria when they were coming.
The money I realized in Nigeria, I sent it to her. She said she sent the money to her, which I did. So I'm empty in Nigeria. No place to enter. No, I'm not in Nigeria. So I'm completely.
Thank you, G, for that. Like I've always said, when people say, oh, they can't find a job, they can't find a job, I'm like, no, what? You are too comfortable in your environment. Change environment. Find a job somewhere else. Go to another city. I know a few people here who they are in Scotland. Their husband is working away in outside of Scotland. Because you can't say you want a job in Scotland. If you can't find that job, move out of your comfort zone. Move out of Scotland to go and find a job. And some people will say, oh, I don't want to stand that foundational course because I have a social training. I don't want to start it at a lower level. I want to be a manager. It does not work that way. It does not work that way. So if you train to become a project manager now, there are some people who have been in that field who have more experience than you, but you are claiming, oh, because yes, you are a graduate of project management, you don't want to start the lowest job. You want to become a manager. Like, you they whine me. You have to start from somewhere and you build yourself up. Me, before I became a nurse, I worked as a support worker. I then worked as a caregiver in a care home. And then while I was on my nursing training, I became a band 2, working in band 2, doing all the dirty nurses job, like, we go and do this, help to transfer patient. I did all of that. And then by the time I completed my training, I became a band 5 nurse. These things is a process. You just don't finish from uni or you finish a training course and you want to take the highest role, like the highest band. It doesn't work that way. Especially if you're a person of color. It does not always work that way.
Sunday.
We reached out to homeless charities, but unfortunately, Francis' visa status does not make him entitled to any benefit.
So for the job, for the cab, there are some people, I know someone who has done the cab job before, either Uber or all these private taxis. So normally, if you don't have the money to buy your own car, there are some people who hire out the car. So you pay them like every week. And trust me, in the long run, it does not pay. It's not profitable if you are hiring a car. If your credit rating is good, you can go take a loan and buy a car. So that way, your monthly payment on the car will be easier, because by the time you take out you're renting a car, you're going to have to pay for insurance for yourself. So at the end of the day, how much are you going to earn? You might not even be taking a lot home at the end of the day. So my own advice is, if you want to go into the taxi business, You can get a car, then you get a license. I think you get a license of that council in order for you to, to drive your car and register with all of these taxi agencies. So taxi business, it will be profitable if you're able to get a car finance, to buy the car on finance, and it will be cheaper for you as compared to before COVID. Someone close to me used to be a taxi driver, and they were renting a Uber or a taxi from the owner of the car for almost £250 every week. So tell me, how many hours of road taxiing do you want to do that you want to earn that money in a week, and you're still going to buy petrol, and you're still going to have to, pay your insurance. So it's in the long run, for him, for his age, taxi business would have been the best one for him. Or buy a cheap car and do all this food delivery business. That would have been it. It does not necessarily have to be a security job. Even security job now is like, it's okay. People are going for it. It's the job that most people will go for, but it's not for everybody. So he's saying that he wants security. You don't necessarily have to do security job. If you can ride a bike, do this food delivery job. Buy a cheap car to help you do all this McDonald's, Uber Eats stuff. You can do it. You can do it. David said, okay, Abby, if you and other people that live in UK say there is job, then I take my support back for the man. Mainly, allegedly, he really, I think in my own opinion, he's lazy. He just want to do the tag. He just want to do the security job. Like I said, the security job is not for everybody. He might even go and do the security job, and he might not even be able to do it because you are not supposed to sleep. Some people are doing it in warehouses. Some people are doing it in the supermarket. It depends on the type of training he's done. But if he's not able to find a security job in that city, go out with that city. If it means you're going to be walking away for a week, I know of people who walk away. They go for a week. That was the kind of job my brother was doing when he first arrived in the UK. That was the job he was doing. He goes to this, to this trade security job for he goes away for 2 weeks. He come back for 2 weeks. He goes away for 2 weeks. He come back for 2 weeks. That was how he started before he was able to get a job with London Transports. Let's keep listening to him before we know.
Or free accommodation.
Welcome, everybody.
Francis is calling on Africans and Nigerians in the UK to come to his aid.
From people. Marriage. My wife stays in London.
David, we don't know the age of his wife. We don't know the age of his wife. He's definitely 62. He is 62. His wife is probably going to be maybe early 40s or something, if I'm not mistaken. We don't know the age of his wife.
She was the one that brought me here as a dependent. So all of a sudden, she came here and turned to another thing.
You guys said she came here and turned to another thing. Trust me, no woman will tolerate your shitty ass if you don't get a job. Even if the woman is an odogu, if she has the money. For the fact that my dad used to say something that even if you are giving the woman money, she will still tell you that you're not giving her money. If a woman has not actually taken money off her husband, she will forever tell you that you are not giving her money. That is that about women. There's something fulfilling, there's something reassuring if a woman is able to take money or collect money from her husband. My dad always says that to me. There's something reassuring for the woman that my husband gave me this money to go and do this. Even though the husband knows she has her own money, if the woman has not gotten that money from the husband, the woman will not believe that the husband has done anything. And I will say my dad is right 100%. So he's saying that she started misbehaving when she came here. How? Because she's the one working and she's asked her to go get a job as well. For the fact that she had to, 18 months. I mean, I would imagine she's been asking you to go get a job all this while, but it's taking you 18 months and you're still not able to find a job. Let's keep listening to Oga.
Before you know, she ejected me, pushed me out of the house. In fact, I got a contact from Lagos, from my brother. I told him what was going on. He said I shouldn't worry. He's going to give me a contact of one of my brothers here in Leicester. So I got the contact, called him.
Welcome, Life with Natu. Life with Natu. There was a time before I started driving, I took a taxi, and this man told me he's been doing the taxi for 60 years. He's got 3 mortgages. He's never done any other job. He's never done any other job. He's always done. He started taxiing when he was age 18, and he's got 3 houses. Even for the fact that he's got 3 years, he's still doing the taxi job. I remember when I was coming back from Germany, the Uber I took from the airport. This guy told me 2 years ago, he bought his last house, making it 3. And he's been doing the taxi business for how many years? Since he was 18. So I think he's about 64 or something now. I was like, what have you retired? He said he's not going to retire. He's just going to cut down his hours till God says it's time to come home. That's what this guy said to me. I believe taxi is lucrative. And that's why I said that if you hire a car, it's not the best, because you are practically making money for the owner of the vehicle you are hiring from. But if you're able to secure a loan, normally I think if you want to use a vehicle for taxi, it needs to be within a certain year. If the car is older than 9 years or something, I don't think you can use that car for taxi. But if it's within a certain year, it doesn't necessarily have to be brand new car. Check with your local council. The car you're going to use for taxing has to be within a certain year. If it's older than that year, you will not be able to use it. And how much to register a car? And then, like I said, if you can afford a loan, get a loan, look for nearly new car and start your taxi business. And if you can afford to go through insurance, hire purchase, go through hire purchase. So that way, your monthly payment on the car might not be a lot, because at the end of the day, you are paid towards owing this car at the end of the day. That's why for me, I always say to people, if you want to buy a car, it's best to go through hire purchase, because at the end of this, either after 4 years, you either pay to own the car, which was what I did to hold my own 7-seater, or you return the car back. But for me, I just paid the normal money I was meant to pay, double of it, and then the car is mine. I've finished paying my car now for over 6 years, and it's a 13 plate, and it still drives well. Like everywhere I go with that car, people are like, oh, is this brand new? And I'm like, I look at the plate now. Does that look like brand new to you? So I think there's still money in taxi business. And if you don't want to do, if you already do taxi, maybe it's only weekends when it's busy that you're doing taxi business. During the week, you can do food delivery, Uber Eats. You can do all this delivery with Amazon and stuff. I know people say there's not a lot of money in the Amazon business of delivery, but food. You do know how many times my son here orders Uber food, Uber Eats. There's money in taxi life in that too. There's money. But let's keep listening to him.
Then he was one that brought me down to this place and paid one-room apartment for me for 1 month on the 8th of last month. So the place expired on the 8th of this month. So the man now told me that I should move away from that place. So everybody begged him. He even gave me 1 week. They say 1 week is too small, that I cannot get myself any place within 1 week. So they begged him. Then he accepted to give me 1 month.
So Ford said women are like that worldwide. So you rather be in the diaspora, sitting your ass at home while your wife goes to work. That's a question. With the way everything, prices influence, especially if you have children. So you rather sit down at home, doing nothing, and you want the woman to be the one going back and forth to work. Is that what you're saying, Ford? Because I don't understand if women like that worldwide. Maybe it's the desperate women that would easily accept a man who does not work. I'm asking you, because why would a man, even the Bible says that a man who does not provide for his family is worse than an infidel. He's not lame. I understand that age is on his side, that most jobs that I might go to might not be able to get because obviously he's 62. But then, cleaning job is there. I've heard someone that said, I can't do cleaning job. At this my age, since I've been in this country, at this my age, I can't do cleaning job. But then at the end of the month, if you're going to get your wage from it, doesn't matter if it's cleaning job you're doing. I can't do cleaning job. I met a few guys a few years ago. He was here studying masters. I saw him in Tesco. I was like, oh, I know his sister. And I think I've seen him on one of his sister's videos before. And I've seen him, the first time I saw him at Tesco, I was not sure if he was the one. He's a young guy. And then I went to Tesco a few days later and I saw him and I was like, oh, excuse me, are you so brother? He smiled and said yes. And I was like, oh, wow, nice to meet you. Please say hello to your sister. So when he got home, he told his sister was like, oh, that 105, my brother told me, blah, 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 even stacking shelves. Me, I have stacked shelves before at Tesco. At Sainsbury's. I worked at Sainsbury's for 7 years. So all of this journey, for you to attain that high role or that, that perfect job, you need to start from somewhere. You can't get into the UK today and say because you have a degree, so you want to be about chemistry, or you want to do you want to do your PhD job. No, because at the end of the people who school here gone, they've not gotten that job. What I'm trying to say in essence is this: if you are not willing to work to provide for your family, then don't start a family. Don't get married. Be on your own. I want to believe that the woman has made life easier for this man. There's accommodation, and she's able to even encourage him to come here. Then get a job. Oga said he's not able to get a job, that she changed. Trust me, there's no woman that will not change if she's the only one who's going out there to make the money. There is no woman that will not change. It is only women, maybe who are desperate to keep a man, that will say, oh yeah, it's fine if you don't work. I don't mind. I'll go and do the work, because at the end of the day, women who go out to work, we all get bullshit at work. We all get spoken to at work anyhow. So it would be lovely if the man to go and take his own fair share of all the insults.
It's going to be the end of this month. So in the next 4 days now, I'll be homeless. I don't know what to do again. I don't know where to go. So that my brother said.
I actually got emotional when he got to this stage, and it was, it was teary. I feel sorry for him. And why I really felt sorry for him was the fact that age is really not on his side. No, age is really not on his side. He's 62. The retirement age in the UK is 60. Is it 60? What's the retirement age again, guys? Is it 58 or what? On a normal day, if he had been working all his life in the UK, he will have retired. He will have retired. I think retirement age is 58. If I'm not mistaken, if I check my HMRC app, retirement age is 58. So I really felt pity for him, because obviously, like David said there, that ageism is age. And I believe the retirement age in the UK is 58. He's 62. So they will not even employ him. So the best thing would have been if he'd gone self-employed. And do a taxi business. That would have been the easiest way out. The best way, either ask your wife to maybe take a car finance out for you, and maybe find a loan or something.
They cannot be able to, that things I have for him, they cannot be able to accommodate me. So this is me. This is me. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to run to.
So that's the story of Oga Francis there. Like I said, I'm going to quickly run through the lesson that I think we can take away from here, and then I'll drop the link and we can all come share our thoughts. So the lesson that that I've learned, that I really want us to take away from here, one is that think big before making big decisions. Okay, at his age, I want to believe he was maybe 60 when he relocated to the UK. At that age, if he knew the retirement age in the UK, he wouldn't have made that move. He could have said to his wife, like, okay, you know what, you guys go with the children. Let me stay back here, Think deep before making big decisions. And big decisions could be anything. Anything that's going to cause a major change in your life. You want to think deep before you make that decision. Lesson number 2, ask yourself, as the man that is watching me and as the woman that is watching me, ask yourself, what if the woman changes? As a woman, ask yourself, what if the man changes? I'm still going to bring the story of that girl that her husband brought her from Nigeria, and she turned her to the cash cow. He turned her to the cash cow. I'm going to bring a story. Ask, what if that man changed? So in this case of this man, the woman changed, saying, you need to go get a job, and if you don't get a job, you're out. How has he actively tried to help himself get a job? And people be like, oh, you two, the wife now, try and help him find a job. It's not like that here in the UK. You can't really help anybody find a job. Yeah, if there's any opening, if there's any vacancy, you might tell him like, oh, babe, or my husband, there's a vacancy here, apply, But it's not like Nigeria that you know somebody, that somebody will say, oh, go and meet so person, it might be able to help you find a job. It's not like that here in the UK. So as a woman as well, what if that man changes? What will you do? Are you going to end up being homeless like him? Are you going to end up being homeless like him? People can change. Someone you've known for how many years can change, because life is changing. Things are changing. Cost of living, inflation. And as time goes on, you go to the market that you're able to spend £50, you are spending £150. So if, like I said, life will be easier if a household with 2 working adults come together. Life will be easier. But if it is just one person that is working, trust me, voila will happen. It's either the man starts to, be violent, be abusive, or the woman will like become erratic and say, no, I can't do this anymore. Go find a job. If the woman sees that the man is not actively trying to find a job, then that's where voila will come. And that's one of the reasons why marriage is actually failing in the UK. I have to let you guys know that. That is one of the major reasons. Finances is one of the reasons why Nigerian African marriage are actually failing in the diaspora. And also, I don't understand. I know of 2 cases. 2 cases where the man is actually not working. They've got children, and the wife is only working part-time. Tell me, the economy, everything here is going up. Last week, wasn't last week that I went to Costco? I spent £255. See the stuff I bought. If you're watching me, if you're following me on TikTok, you see the stuff I bought for almost £250 something in Costco. Wages are going up, and especially in a household where there are children. I don't think it makes sense that there are 2 adults in the household and it's only just one person that is working. It's not fair. It's not fair. Maybe it's the man alone that is working. The woman needs to go and get a job as well. And if it is the woman alone that is working, the man needs to go and get a job as well. It will be better if both of you have double income coming in. You might not be living the best life, but you will be comfortable to an extent. So ask yourself, what if that man or that woman changes? What then? Lesson number 3, don't relocate just to please somebody or to pepper your friend or to pepper somebody. Some people say, I'm relocating because you want to pepper your family members, or because you want to pepper your wife, or because you want to pepper your husband, or because you want to pepper somebody. No, life is too short. Do it mainly because you really want to do it. Do it mainly because you know what your prospects are. Relocate because you know that, oh, this relocate that I'm doing. You all know how our parents used to pray for us that I'm a Kwelu Ekodele. Our families back home will always say, this abroad that you are going, you will bring the riches of abroad back home. So if you're that man that comes abroad and you're not working, please tell me how you want to carry the riches of abroad back home to Nigeria. How do you want to be able to do that? Because at the end of the day, you be coming abroad, what do you really want to come do? Like, if you're sitting down, you're not doing anything, what is the purpose of you coming then? Maybe you should have stayed back. Maybe you should have stayed back, just like he said now. But then there's nothing for him to go back to go do. Lesson number 4, life abroad is not always sweet. I am telling you, I've been in the UK for 20 years. Life abroad is not always sweet. Before now, it used to be. Now, it's not the way it used to be anymore. Life abroad is not always. If there's anybody that is telling you that it's sweet, they are lying to you. They are lying to you. Guys, please like this live stream, guys. Also, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You guys know my hustle on the streets. I am a nurse. I still do my 9 to 5, 4 days a week. I just told you guys that if you're in the UK, I sell candles. So come and buy my candles. I sell scented candles. My website is www.tmo5candleco.com. I am also selling on TikTok. Find my TikTok handle, TMO5candleco on TikTok. You can buy my wax mail there. I'm launching my spa collection this week. So with that being said, I am a nurse. I still do YouTube. At least it's small. Every month, I will see £300 from YouTube. Last month was one of my biggest pay months on YouTube. Last month, I got £900 from YouTube. That was my biggest pay in the beginning of this year on YouTube. That's, I'm not just sitting and say, oh, because I now have children, or because I'm a nurse, I should now sit down. No. Apart from my nursing job, I still do YouTube. Like I said, my biggest pay from this year on YouTube was £900 last month. I sell my candles. I still do freelance interpreting. I charge £50 an hour. It could be physical, it could be online. So you can do something like that as well. Don't always, depend on just that one job. I know it's not really about the job, but whatever job you do, as long as it's bringing you money in, it does not matter what kind of job it is. As long as you're able to pay your bills, that's all that matters. Because at the end of the day, in abroad, nobody will borrow you money. I don't think I've ever been to anybody here in this country, so I've been here to borrow me money. I've never been, and I pray God will never put me in such position. Also, leave something back home as a backup. I know people like, oh, why are you buying house in Nigeria when you've not yet buy home here? Always leave something back home in Nigeria. And so I always advertise. I always say to people that come, if you want to Japa, if you are starting to sell your property to Japa, maybe it's not the right time for you to do so. Don't sell your personal belongings to Japa. If you have that spare money to Japa, great. And maybe if you sell and you decide to come here, please ensure there's something as a backup for you. Like this man can't go back home to Nigeria because they've sold everything. And the woman has chased him out. The woman has chased him out. Protect your financial independence regardless of your age. Protect your financial independence. No matter what you're doing, you need to have a small pot of savings. Like this man now, he doesn't have any money. He's on the streets. His friend in the Igbo community are the ones giving him food. How long is he going to do that for? And as the time I watched that video, I would imagine that he's now homeless. Always protect your financial independence. Don't ever find yourself in a situation whereby you're not able to pay your bills or afford to eat or afford to feed yourself. And avoid that, regardless of your age, either you are the man or the woman. These are lessons that I think I found, and in my own little way, I've kind of like attached a little bit of my own personal experience as well. I am not just saying because I'm a nurse, because I'm working with the NHS. No, I still do other things on the side. Before you know it now, if you see me sewing out gele, I want to start sewing gele. I'm already learning how to sew gele. All this auto gele, I'm already learning because these are jobs you can comfortably do in your home. I have a sewing machine. I just need to take a couple of trainings, know how to get my bearings, my calculations, and then before you know it, I'll start advertising auto gele. Come and buy auto gele from me. And men can also do the same as well. I've seen men in hairdressing salon braiding hair. I've seen men in barbing salons. So, try and protect your financial independence, and also try to have some money or property in your name. And this is both to the man and the woman. I know some African men, they don't like women having a property in their own name, but to me, I don't see anything wrong in it. I don't see anything wrong in a man or a married woman having some sort of property in their names. It's not a big deal because at the end of the day, you're both married, you have children. And what is the purpose of you acquiring these properties? Is for the purpose of your children, because at the end of the day, you buy these things, you're making wealth for your children. So if the woman decides that, oh, I want to buy a house in my own name, it's nothing wrong in it. Yeah, maybe she must have saved that money. For the fact that she even told you about it, I want to believe that that's a good, honest woman. There's some women here who will go and buy property, they'll build the house. They will even believe in that. The husband will not know that the house they're living in is for the woman. But if the woman is telling you, oh, honey, I saw a property, I've saved this amount of money, I want to buy this in my name. To me, it's no big deal. Why can't you allow it? So if you're not allowing her to buy a property in her name, does that mean that you can't buy her a property in her name? Does that mean that she being your wife, you can't buy her a property in her name? Is that what to me, that's how we come across. If she's using her hard-earned money to buy herself a property and she's telling you about it and you're telling her no, she can't do it, what kind of man are you? And this also goes to the man as well. If you're a married couple, husband and wife, it should be in both of your names. Either, I don't care who is paying the majority of the money of the property, it should be both in your name as long as you're both legally married. Whatever portfolios you're acquiring should be in both of your names. I know things might happen. At the end of the day, this is still going to go back to your children. Don't give up control. As a man, it's important to be able to control your home. And when I say control, it's not as in you take food that the woman will not have opportunities to do anything. No. And also the woman as well. You have a level of control in your household, in your family as well. And I think in this case, this woman did not give up control. Like, okay, I'm working. I want you to contribute as well. Go find a job. And probably she got tired of waiting. And she sent the man packing. Age matter a lot. So this man, I want to say he made the move at the wrong, he made the traveling or the japa at the wrong move. If you are age 50 over, if you are 50 and over, please think twice before you relocate. Think twice before you relocate. Minimum age of retirement is 52 or 54 in the UK. So if you are 60 and you are coming here to diaspora, what do you want to come and do? What do you want to come and do? Except you have money, you want to go and be doing taxi business. Like I said, if you're coming at that age, just go into taxi business. It's the best thing you can do, or this food delivery job, or become self-employed if you have a hand job, if you have a skill. Maybe you have skills of DIY. People that DIY, set up wardrobes, stuff like that. If you have such skill, or if you're a mechanic, you have skills that that when you come here, you'll be able to use it. But if you're 50 and over and you're coming here to come and start I don't know. So for those of you who are below the age of 50 and you're in this country and you're not working, may God help you. May God help you. And it's your time that your wife would show the door. So say, yeah, pack your bags and leave. Because on a normal day, if you're in the diaspora and you're not working, then why are you here? Why are you here? Don't make foolish decisions once you are above the age of 45. And this is going to both the woman and the man. Don't make stupid decisions. Think very well. If you have to sleep over it, if you have to fast over it, think well and don't make any stupid decisions if you are age 45 and over. Trust God and pray. Trust God and pray because life is unpredictable. Those are my lessons. Let me drop the link, guys. Let me drop the link. Guys, please like this video as a comment. Like this. For the two of you watching me, can you guys please like this live stream for me? And I've dropped the link, and please, anyone who is jumping in, 5 minutes is your talking time, please, so that we can know. I don't know if there's a lot of people that want to come in, but 5 minutes is your talking time once you come on stage. Okay, welcome to the new people I'm seeing here. I'm not ignoring you, so I just want to pass across all of this message. So I've passed across my message. That's the link here. If you want to jump in, now is the time to do so. Your talking time is 5 minutes. Okay, like the live stream. If you're watching me from your mobile phone, double tap the screen. It will record the like. If you're watching me from your laptop, you can see the like button there. Please like, okay? Hello, Life with Natu. Your 5 minutes countdown starts now.
Hi, sis. Happy Sunday. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you? Thanks for joining.
I'm good. Good, thank you. So I joined kind of like late because I went to church. So first of all, before I start, I just want to say congratulations on the YouTube. You said that this year was your highest, so I'm praying that's
Thank
gonna keep going higher. You will not go less than that thing that you received because you're
you.
putting so much work. You're giving
Amen.
us so much information. You're helping a lot of people. So I pray because of the good things that you're doing, God will not allow your labor of love go in vain.
Amen.
I just want you to know that we
Amen.
are rooting for you. And
Amen.
so, like you said, right, I was trying to say something earlier, and
Mm.
David was asking me, I said, Uber and taxi business is not as lucrative as before. So, anybody that has done Uber before COVID were
Yeah.
the people that enjoyed, and during COVID, and all this Instacart and the rest of them. The other day,
Mm.
we took Uber with my husband, come back from somewhere, and the guy was telling us um, how he was being paid, and from the place that he took us to our house was like almost 10 minutes, and the only thing that he was getting was like $5.
Mm.
And I remember that in my entire time that I did Uber, I've never been paid $5 for taking anyone. The only time I get paid $5, somebody cancels on me. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I was trying
Yeah.
to explain to him that even if you do taxi business, not as lucrative as before. Do you understand what I'm saying? People that are doing it before and are still doing it till now, they will tell you that there's a huge difference. That time, you can go out one morning and go and do 2, 3 hours and make $100. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? If it's a
Yeah.
peak period, you can make more. I know there was a weekend, a holiday weekend, I made almost $1,000 that weekend. So it just depends. But there are a lot of things. You also have to remember that you're putting energy into this. You're sitting that whole time driving. Your bag is being affected too. Do you understand what I'm saying? Depriving yourself sleep. And if you're doing that kind of job, you don't get health insurance. There are a lot of benefits that you don't get. So there are a lot of things that you're losing out. And coming to that, to give Japa at that age, I don't think it was wise enough. You Japa at that age, if you have enough money that you don't have to work, that you take care of all the people that steal Nigeria money. Those are the kind of people that they Japa with because they have money on ground, they don't have to go to work or anything. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's usually like that. So it's not really easy. And like honestly speaking, I don't know. I'm not trying to advertise, but if you're here, if you follow Man of Prestige, you learned all of this, a lot of these things.
Absolutely.
People
Yes.
say,
I'm
no,
a following man of press back to back. Oh.
listen, people don't just wake up overnight and just say, I'm quitting my marriage. Like I remember the show where I was asking one question, they say, so can women divorce their husband because of this? It doesn't, they're always underlying issues. Do you understand what I'm saying? Women don't come to abroad and just start misbehaving.
Exactly.
If you are doing anyhow to your wife in Nigeria, if you Japan and just let her go, don't follow her because you
Exactly.
go and collect. You go and collect, my brother. Because the law is always on the woman's side more than the man's side. So for that his age was very unwise. Selling everything and leaving, that was like the most
That was the
unwisest
wrong.
decision that he had.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was a wrong move. It
Was
was
the
not
wrong.
a wise move. If you're at that age, you leave something and say, okay, let me go and test the water. It doesn't work for me. This.
Exactly.
So also on the thing of handwork, honestly speaking, we can never ever underestimate the power of handwork. Because
Yeah.
to make hair gone like this, yeah,
Ah.
I've not made hair less than
See
$100.
this hair on my head. I paid £150 for it. It's not. I
There
can
you
make hair
go.
myself.
There,
I can make hair myself, but I
there,
don't have the time because of the nature of my job. I went to a salon. I was like, oh, let me treat myself. £150.
that's right. That's right. That's right. So it's not cheap. It's really
No,
not cheap. So if you learn it, learn something that you know. Even because if you go to parties to do makeup for people, it's $50 or £50 off. Do you
true.
understand? So it's not
Yeah.
really cheap. So because me, I didn't learn handwork, and I was seriously regretting it. So it goes a lot. If you don't do handwork, have businesses that you do. Like my sister used to cook and make meat pie. Me, I make suya, I make zobo, I sell oils. So,
Mm.
like, you have to have something that is augmenting your income because if you think that you come out work and just rely on income, you have to work overtime. And let me tell you
Exactly.
something overtime means more taxes. So, you're not even
Exactly.
basically going home with
That's why.
anything.
That's why I
You're
would
working for
advise
them.
skill job on the side, self-employment. Do
Very
skill
important. I know someone that came from Nigeria that is doing hair. That guy, he's busy almost every day. If he doesn't do hair, he does one or two hair every day. He's a guy. And if he makes hair for you, your mouth will be drooling. You understand
job.
what I'm saying? So you know, so don't understand and then if you're going to Japa, if you're 40 above, let me give you one advice. Don't deceive yourself that if I come, I will
Yeah,
work,
one
work,
minute,
work.
1 minute
Body
to go now too.
okay, body no be firewood. You cannot think that if you come, you will see. And the work, let me tell you, work is not in your father's house where you say, if I work, I finish here, I'll go to that place. Sometimes the way you will get to the work, one work will be here and that work will be 2 hours away. So you finish here, you don't travel. So except if you're driving, and before you even start driving, so there's so much in it. Honestly, there's so much in it. So if you're 40 and above, prepare yourself, get some
Yes.
skills, get some education,
Yeah.
come try to find people that will help you navigate your way around. But
Yeah.
Japan at that age is very unwise. And please, I don't want us to crucify the woman because we don't know what she has gone through. Until we hear
True.
our own side of the story, you will never know. When people
Yeah.
come out like this and start saying story like my wife told me out, you have to go and hear the other side of the story.
Exactly.
This are situations where we want to hear the other side of the story because we hear something different. But unless when people come out and they're accountable, when
Yeah.
somebody not accountable, shifting blame, there's something behind it. But I just pray God will help us, honestly
Time
speaking.
up. Time up.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much,
I feel
Auntie.
this.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't
Right. Okay. Yusuf is the next person on stage. Can you
Yeah.
mute me from where you're watching me, please?
Okay. Hang on, please. 1 minute.
Yeah, that's you. Oh, I'm still hearing you. So the device you're watching it from,
Yeah.
turn down the volume. So testing, testing. Yeah, that's you now.
Now,
You're welcome. Your 5 minutes countdown starts now.
is it okay now?
Yeah, it's much better. Reduce the radio
Hello?
on the piano, please. We can hear you now.
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Hello?
Hello. Continue, we can hear you. Mr. Yusuf, continue. We can hear you.
Huh?
Mr. Yusuf, speak. We can hear you. Look at the chat. We can hear you. Continue. Right, okay. I don't know what's happening with Mr. Yusuf, but let's add Ola. Ola, please unmute yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry.
Right, we'll come back to you, Mr. Yusuf. Ola, you have the floor.
Yeah.
Welcome.
You
Introduce
see,
yourself, please.
okay. You see, why most of our face problem,
Yeah.
that because marrying in Nigeria is not actually a love.
Okay. Why did
Nigerian
you
people
say
never
that?
love themselves when they marry each other. Neither is interest that brought them together. And when it's
Okay.
interest, marriage they don't survive on interest like that. Interest on business.
Mm.
You understand me? Neither the
Okay.
guy have good money, is doing well. In Nigeria, most men have more opportunities than women.
True.
So the essence of exercising what we call love is not really there, but coming together, so I cannot miss this big fish. That get money. So when you think when the foundation is weak, the test of time will prove what actually is going on. So relocated to UK, whereby and who sponsored that relocation? If you have to look at it, it's the man that's that sponsoring it. What I noticed is that in that UK, the moment they come in there, I have a friend who married and brought his wife all the way from Nigeria. I went to Belgium to give him a Belgian citizen. Then the guy thought, okay, my wife will have more opportunity in England. He brought the wife to him because it's English-speaking country than the Belgian one that speak their language.
Yeah.
What did the woman do? After 4 children or something like that, the woman now discovered, no, this is not my type of a guy. He now found his own boyfriend on Facebook and tell the guy, I use you. But the only honesty I have for you is that these are your real children. I didn't lie about that. These are your real children. I did cheat on you when those started going on. That guy was almost destroyed. Almost destroyed. His mind was destroyed. So if you're marrying a Nigerian woman, whereby now in Nigeria, you don't know the bit between devil and angel. In some of these women that is end time already, you're the one just dealing with yourself. Because Nigerian women have become something else in Nigeria. So there's no trust. Bring it
But
to
based on what we're talking about men, some men who come with their wives to diaspora and they refuse to work, do you believe that men should not work because they either brought their wife abroad or not?
There's no man. Why do you come to abroad? I don't think this man even find a job. I think if this man find a job, they would like to work and pay back the money where they took the money from. You understand me? Some of them sold their houses to get that £50,000 or whatever. You understand me? You think that would just relax? How will you relax even? When you know you're in that age to get easy job. I can understand when you're 60, 50 something, it can be difficult for you to get a job.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But if you're that working state whereby they can easily call you and rent you, why must you be sitting down? But the problem didn't start in UK. The problem was already in Nigeria. So that's why, because if you check the Pakistanis, if you check the Indians, they are divorced or their necessities actually on the street is because we Nigerians would like to copyright what is we want to be more the British than the British and started phoning and anyway dump the guy. Children become crazy on the street. You know, we're Africans. We're emotional people.
Yeah.
If you think because you want to collect some certain benefit for the social way, I don't know. But it seems like we have a problem of holding on to the culture. Have you ever seen a white man calling a police easily for his husband, or Indians or Pakistanis? They will find a way to settle it. But we become something else. Nigerians don't bring your wife to abroad. But okay, if you live in abroad, please marry the one there because you people will understand each other more better, far more better, because it will be more like, okay, I know you, you know me, we face the same trouble, test of getting a job and everything, because then you put on the same page. But this location, this new jackpot, and what they do now, say get money, big money, come London. Nigeria character, because the problem this settle yet in Nigeria because everything has shambled there and everything, and that's what it will be. That's what I talk about.
Thank you so much for your contribution. I really appreciate you, and I hope you'll keep coming back to our live stream. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ola. So, Mr. Yusuf, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, everyone in the house.
Good evening, welcome.
Yeah, I'm Ajibola Yusuf.
Turn down your volume from your device. Turn down the volume of your device.
Is it turned down now?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Sorry?
I can hear my voice echoing from you.
I don't know how to sort this out now. I don't know.
Where are you watching
from? From my phone.
So I think you should reduce the volume or something. Or maybe I should just keep quiet while you talk.
Okay.
Right,
let me tell you how to do it.
Okay, please.
So you have your YouTube open and you have the StreamYard open.
Yes, please.
So you have to close the YouTube page and leave the StreamYard on.
I should just.
So the YouTube page that you're using is still open. So you can still use the StreamYard without the YouTube open. So close the YouTube page and leave yourself on the StreamYard. The studio that you're in. So,
yeah, I closed it now.
Okay, let me hear. Yeah, good.
Carry on.
Okay, yeah. Good evening, everyone. Sorry for the technology. This thing, I'm not that tech savvy. Sorry about that. Yeah. As regard the situation regarding the 62 years old man that was sent out by his wife, I guess most people just rush to judge and then they never care to listen to the other side of the story, because there are always three stories. There are always three sides to a story.
True.
One from the first party, one from the other party, and the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So if the woman, sometimes, people react based on what had happened in the past. But I don't believe any woman and a man will come to the UK or anywhere in diaspora and allow a man to stay in their house and they live together for a couple of months before he sends him out. And he's claiming that he has got no job. Perhaps, the woman was frustrated by him sitting down and not making effort.
Thank you.
So, and then, completely, I will not blame the man. At 62, what are you doing here? What are you doing here at 62? I mean, when you are 40, 45, is almost gone. True. The struggle here is real. Is for the young people. I came in here very late. I think when I was over 40 when I came in. But the thing is, I was highly skilled. Skilled. So all the hot jobs that I had to do and all of that, I didn't do it for more than 3-4 months. So and after 4 months, I was able to integrate myself. I got my dream job.
Well done.
So if you're at that age, I mean at 62, I mean you are retired already.
Exactly.
You are retired already. You should be coming to the UK or to the US for holiday, not to hustle. And now you get here, and then I believe with the man I saw on that screen, is not an highly skilled person.
I don't think
so. So you getting a job either in a warehouse or care job becomes a problem. So it could have been that maybe the man was just sitting by and idly in the house, and then the woman got frustrated. I know you can't be saying nobody sits here. When I was back in Nigeria, I used to be the alpha and omega of the family. I took care of my family full blown, like I was always there. But when we got here, I told my wife, you know what? We are in a foreign land now. So we have to just work together and ensure that we move. If we do things, dividedly, we will not progress. And
let me interrupt my comment, my last thought. It's saying the real truth. Thank you so much for this.
Yeah. So I told her, and then she understood. So we're all working together. Sometimes we all can be frustrating. Sometimes I can be frustrating. My wife can be frustrating, just as we are. But as a man, as a family, we understand ourselves. Whenever there's a situation, you understand. You keep calm, walk away, come back, and you talk about this, and then you go. There are many times when I sit down, I'm no longer doing this thing. I'm no longer. But when I just walk out 2 minutes, I'll realize, no, maybe I'm being too, oversensitive and all that. And I'll call my wife. Oh, let's talk about this, and then we'll talk about it, and everything goes fine. Some men don't know how to do that. They've been playing the domineering entity all their lives, and then coming to abroad where things are different completely. You can't be doing that when your wife is seeing other women outside doing things, in a different way, and then you are here controlling, saying things that you're not supposed to say. The woman gets frustrated, and then whenever she goes out talking to people, they'll tell her, you don't even know what to do, send him away. She's already frustrated. She might not be able to make, the right decision, and then she sends you away. So in this situation, I think there are 3 sides to this story. We only had that of the man. I think we should, if there is any way we can hear what the woman has to say, I believe she will have something, reasonable to say as well. So at 62, nobody should relocate abroad. You should be coming here to holiday. If you are not extremely skilled, even at that, at 62, what can you do?
What can you do exactly?
What can you do? So that's all I have to say. Yeah, thank you for the platform and the opportunity.
Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you're subscribed. And you keep our life
for sure. I'll be glued here now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.
Hello, Abby. You are on stage.
Finally, I've been waiting for so long.
Welcome. Now you have the floor.
Thank you. First of all, I want to applaud the men in this chat for being very reasonable. Because as a young Nigerian woman who is yet to be married, one of the things that really scares me these days is the takes of Nigerian men. A Nigerian man that wants to be married to a Nigerian man, by the way, is the takes of the Nigerian men that I see on the internet. This same thing we're talking about here, I've seen so many young Nigerian men on X have very, very terrible, extreme opinions. So I just wanted to say thank you very much for, for renewing our hope in Nigerian men. Anyway, this is one thing. We know that I watch Daddy Freeze from time to time, and there's certain things I don't agree with him about, but this is the one thing I agree. he always speaks about age and japa. There's certain ages where it might just not be appropriate, except you are extremely skilled and in a very niche, sometimes in a very niche career path, right? Where there's not many of you. I don't know if that makes sense. Even the security you speak about, a lot of security, they have to be out in the cold. It's just not ideal for men that are above a certain age. Let's be honest, right? I don't know, like I said in the chat, I don't know much about taxi or anything, but I know that I've entered a lot of Ubers and I've seen, had conversations with a lot of Nigerian older men, and they seem to be creating something for themselves. Now, I want to say something very important. As much as every time I speak about these issues, I speak about marrying a man that has a good head on his shoulders, I speak about a man that has a good job and all, I also want to reiterate that most of the time, I'm joking to a very large extent, but I'm serious at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense, because I wouldn't marry someone that is below my own tax brackets, period. There's that. But the reason I say this is because money is not everything. Yesterday, we spoke about how money is one thing, but a mentality is a different thing.
Yeah.
Post-COVID, with 2.5 degrees, because I also have a master's of philosophy because I didn't finish my PhD. I still worked at a coffee workshop while I was looking for my previous job. I changed my job last year for those that for a long time. So my point is, at some point, I was just bored, right? I still had the support of my dad, but I was just bored and I wanted to do something. It was a new store and I just thought, you know what, I'll go there. I think the idea is just a woman wants to see that you're trying.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I don't like the narrative, because a lot of times when these Nigerian men in the diaspora start these conversations, what tends to happen is they say stuff like, in Nigeria, I was the one paying all the bills. Thank you very much. We appreciate. But things are very different here. It is very difficult to live in a one-income household in the diaspora. The taxes,
loud it very well, Abby. Please say that again.
Allow for it. It does not allow for it. Even if it's just childcare. In Nigeria, even if it's one neighbor that helps you a couple hours a week to help, with childcare, things are just very different here. I'm not the sort of woman, I know Mom of Five is not the sort of woman. A lot of women that are around me, Mom of Five, I don't know if you guys realize that I'm actually friends with Mom of Five. Mom of Five is my big sis outside of this platform.
Yes.
So we talk.
Yes.
The kind of women I surround myself with will never just abandon their husbands just because, right? It's one thing to support your husband for 1 year because he doesn't have a job. But sometimes, even if you come from being director of GSK or director of Samsung, if it doesn't work out in that year, just go out and stack shelves. Exactly. A woman wants to see that you're doing something, you're trying, you care about it. And the best part of it, if you marry a good woman, two heads will always be better than one. Put your head down, talk to your wife. You guys can come up with something. And that's the thing about this age thing that are talking about. Yes, it might not be appropriate for him to go out and get a job, but imagine he just cooperates with his wife.
Yeah.
All of the trouble that a lot of Nigerian men speak about that their wives give them is just the woman speaking up for herself.
Absolutely. Yes. So, and then they'll say, oh, the men will start saying, oh, she's listening to people outside that are teaching her. No, what makes you think people are teaching her? Like, does she not know how much things cost in the supermarket?
It's just the woman being tired. Somebody told me something recently, a guy that I spoke to recently lives in Amsterdam, and he told me about how a lot of men are complaining about the room aspect of marriage and all. You know what he told me? He said that he feels like a lot of women are working too hard, that it's difficult for them to be in their femininity. So a woman that cannot be feminine, how do you, someone that has done 12-hour shifts, do you want me to wear sexy lingerie for you?
So we are
doing bedmatic. I am tired.
Exactly. Well, continue. Oil on your head. The oil on your head will never run dry.
I'm coming home to cook. There's childcare as well. A lot of men don't have connections with their children. So naturally, children are running to the moms for little things that they can run to their dads for as well. You guys will be here for ages if we start picking on every single thing. But my point is, sometimes as a man, just try. Just try. You don't have to have your dream job. Drop your ego. Once you enter Murtala Mohammed Airport, drop your ego. You're coming to the UK. Nobody cares about your ego. Nobody's going to call you sir here. unprovoked. Nobody's going to call you Oga here, unnecessarily. You might have to start from the bottom.
Exactly. Just I like, as a woman myself, I've shared my experience here. How I started. I've got 2 degrees. I did not just become a nurse today. Information technology was the first one. I never did a day's job with that degree. And then with 5 children below the age of 10, I was like, what am I going to do? I don't want to be dependent on anybody. I started working at Sainsbury's. I worked at Sainsbury's for 7 years. And then I got tired of working there, went to do care work. Before care work, become a support worker. Before support worker, enrolled for nursing. While I was a student nurse, I was a band 2, packing sheets, doing all sort of in hospitals 12 hours before I now got to where I am. Even where I am now, I am not relenting yet. Though I still want to become a band 6. By next year, I want to become a band 6.
You will.
You start from somewhere. You just don't start. You just don't take a training now. I said, no, I want the CEO role. I want the MD role. It doesn't work that way.
How will you get it? Would you always go there with GUN to their heads? Like, you have to start from somewhere. But exactly. I think a very big part of these men that have these issues is just their ego. They can't clean. They can't. You have to. Mom of 5, we see a lot of uncles now who greet them, aunties that are doing stuff, even those that use their handwork like braiding or all sorts of things. You have to start from somewhere.
Yes. I want to quickly address this comment that David said. We know that women change because of freedom. Yes, freedom tastes good. Do you know how many years it takes me to be able to start telling my husband no? David, I met him when I was 18. Do you know what age I was before I started being able to stand tall and firm and say, no, it's not going to go that way and I'm not going to do it? I was 38 before I was being able to say, I will stand and say, no, lie is not happening. 38. Remember, I met him when I was 18. I'm 42 now. Freedom tastes good. And when you have the opportunity, make use of it. Not in a rude way, not in a bad way, but to make sure that what you're actually fighting for is for the benefit of both of you. And if there are children involved, it's for the benefit of each and every one of you in that family, not just for yourself alone. Carry on, Abby.
Yeah, so also to address that whole thing about Nigerian women tasting freedom and starting to change, to some extent, yes, but change is not always bad. As a Nigerian man to come into the diaspora, you have to change. You now have to understand that a woman cannot do everything domestically. You can't expect me to pay half of the bills. It means that I'm working as hard as you. Do you know I have an auntie, right? That her husband insisted for the longest time that he wants freshly made food every single day. It is not, this auntie is a doctor. She's a doctor. You guys, she's a doctor. And this whole time she was even working in A&E. It's different from, now she's a GP. But my point is, it's not feasible. Exactly. You guys have 3 children. It's not possible, right? And she was doing it for a very long time until she was just like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. So let me tell you something. The average woman that loves you as a man will try.
Exactly.
But she will give up because it's not actually feasible. And that's what I always say. See, I'm not here to marry just a rich man or just an educated man. It's very important to marry. I told you, I said it yesterday in the chats, yeah? Mentality is also currency.
Yeah.
Mentality is also currency. A man that understands changes. You cannot, I'm pregnant now. You don't understand that maybe the workload has to reduce. I don't know if that makes sense. You expect the same thing from me. Or I just had a baby and I have a toddler. You expect, like, you have to go with the times as well as a human being, period, man or woman. That's the problem. You can't come to the diaspora and expect freshly cooked meals every day. We don't have
sorry. You go chop McDonald's fire.
We don't have house girls. Like, there's so many things that have to change. You need to go with the times. Everybody has to change.
Absolutely. Like G-Gab, how do you want to find a job for him? It's not like in Nigeria where you can easily talk to somebody to help him find a job. It's not like that here in the diaspora. Just like I have a sister now, and you're not saying, that mom of 5, when you get to your work, please let me ask your manager if they are recruiting. The only thing I can do is if there's any vacancy, I will say, oh, sister Lagbaja, sister so. There's a vacancy at my work, this is a link, and anything that I know that I could help you in terms of tips that could help you in order for you to pass the interview, I will let you know. That's all I can do. I really can't go and say, if my manager's name is Sharon. Oh, Sharon, by the way, my husband is looking for a job. Do you mind giving him a job? It doesn't work that way. We are not in Nigeria. I hope you understand that. Carry on, Abby.
Yeah, I mean that's all I have to say. I don't know if Sis Natural has if there's anybody else backstage, but
I'm dropping the link in the comment section again. If anybody wants to jump in, 5 minutes, please. If you jump in, you have 5 minutes of talking time. And if Natu is still here, you can still jump in here. I think I can spare another 15 minutes
Yeah,
because I think
okay,
people.
I'm still here. So I want to say something real quick to add to what Adi said, right? Honestly speaking, I think like a lot of men are not allowing their ego is standing in the way for them to enjoy their marriage. Do you
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying? I feel like the Bible has given us a cheat code for those of us that are Christians about what it takes for you to be able to like enjoy your woman. If you are a man and you don't allow your woman to like thrive in her femininity, you guys are going to be having problems every day because it's too
absolutely.
testosterone fighting in that house. It's
Yeah,
too masculinity fighting. But if you allow her to thrive in her femininity, there are a lot of things that you will enjoy. And let me tell you one thing: if you and your wife are working and you want to get your wife to contribute to whatever you're doing in the house or want to be getting money from her, you know how to get that money from her. If you want a woman to give you a paycheck, there's a way you treat a woman. Voila,
yes,
you go to see paycheck, quite become the side. But you cannot be doing a woman anyhow and you want her to be submitting to you. It will not
no
work.
way.
It no work. But African men, that their ego is standing in the way. If you are listening to this live, if you want to Japan, let me tell you, if you are a traditional man, make sure that your wife is not working. You are working and providing everything. If you want to do
Exactly.
traditional, if you want to move to the West and live the Western life, then you should be ready to like come down to your wife's level. You should be ready to like be domesticated. You should be ready to be flexible with your wife and help with a lot of things and give her break. If she's going to work, coming back late, make sure that you're able to like get something, maybe cook, prepare something that she can eat, so you don't have to stress yourself today. If you can't cook, order and just say,
Exactly.
do you know what it means for a woman to come back and a man will tell her, don't worry about food, just rest.
Ah,
Do you understand what that is? Do you
mm,
really understand what that is?
yeah.
Let me tell you, yesterday I was making Zobo and sweat I was going to take to church that I was doing for fundraiser. And I was just busy asking my husband, what we eat, what we eat, because I didn't. He just said, don't worry about yourself. Since you're going to a birthday party, just finish what you're doing and let's go. Like, you have no idea what that meant to me because now I'm thinking of doing what I'm doing and maybe try to get something for him. But the fact that he was able to understand what I'm doing, I'm already exhausted. You understand? And giving
Yeah.
me that break. Do you know what I'm saying? So a lot of men don't have that. You want to live in inside America, I want fresh food every day. Ah, okay. Oh,
That fresh food that his
no
mother
more
will come
baby
and
Jesus.
prepare that one for him. I'm sorry.
Ah, it's
do you
hard.
also know
It's
that?
hard.
Do you also know that sometimes just a little, like just little attention goes a long way?
Oh my,
Exactly.
you have no
Please,
idea.
let me just give you small massage, my baby girl.
Mm.
Let me just rub your
It
feet.
is not the massage that you
Let
ask
me
for, and
run
unless you want to
your
be KDYing her. Massage is
yeah, but you
different
know
from
what I
you to
mean?
follow
Like
her.
just being considerate, small, small romance. And you know, in my
Yeah,
opinion, it's not that hard. Even if you have to write
it's
it
not.
down or just do reminder. I always say
But
something.
Some don't even remember their wife's birthday.
That's what I'm saying. I
we,
always say something very
No
important. Do
dinner
you
dates,
guys
no
know?
nothing. But if
Do
you
you
want to
guys
kill
know
her,
that
you
it's
go
not
just
that
use your hand to
hard?
rub the shoulder. The next thing you expect her to open her legs. It doesn't work that way.
Not like that. Too. I mean, like genuine, like want to look after her. You've had a long day,
Exactly.
kind of
Genuine,
care.
genuine care. That
And
yes,
you
you
know what?
actually
You
care
know
for
what's
her.
funny? In this 2025, it is not hard to be romantic at all. Just go and
It's
check
not.
TikTok. They've already done everything in this life.
coconut head WhatsApp group will not listen.
Somebody go and copy somebody's romance.
Exactly. Do you know what you guys saw what Nedu Woko did for Regina there? Even if it was
It's
not,
not
even
as
if it was
chat
AI,
GPT. I think he wrote it by himself. That's my point. There's
that's
so
what
many
we're saying.
resources
You
that
saw
can
that,
help you.
you want to massage, not the next second. You massage for 5 minutes and you are saying open leg for where?
Not
It is
like
massage you want to
that.
give. Some
You
don't even
know,
remember their wife's
breakfast in
birthday.
bed.
Valentine Day,
Those
they
small,
don't.
small
Meanwhile,
things.
the wife is buying you birthday gifts. The wife is buying you Valentine gifts. The wife is giving you all of it. But when it comes to her, you're telling me, I forgot. How dare you? How dare you?
And you
You
have
don't even
iPhone. Just put it in your phone
exactly no
to
dinner.
remind
Don't
you.
say even if you
Even
don't
on
offer
Samsung, you can. You just put it on the calendar.
Whether it's Samsung, you should have smartphone. Use your
exactly.
smartphone and put in the calendar.
Exactly. Some don't even remember. Some
No,
don't even
no, it's
remember. And
normal.
it's one of the simple things that actually could actually melt the heart of a hardened woman. Some
I
don't
can't
even
lie
will not
to
even
you.
do it.
I think that people just don't care, not intentional. Mom of five, before Valentine's Day, if you go to Tesco now, they'll be disturbing you. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day. Now, if you go to Tesco now, Mother's Day and Easter, they'll be disturbing you from the door. There's no way you forget.
You forget attire. It's just like, it's all of these little things. And men, if you are watching, start doing it. If you don't do it, Christmas, some wives, they've never received Christmas present from their husband. Maybe the Christmas present is epileptic. The husband might give them in year 2025. Next year, you will not collect. Next 2 years,
the average woman does not always want Range Rover, by the way.
Exactly.
The average woman just wants you to be thoughtful. And just remember,
even if it's just a simple hearing.
We're not talking about Insta baddie, like me. I'm an Insta baddie.
Me, I'm not an Insta baddie.
I just want people to avoid me because me, I'm an Insta baddie. It's Range Rover that
Please don't avoid her. Please don't avoid her.
It's Range Rover me, I expect.
Give me this. I love shoes. I love perfumes. I love simple jewelries. You don't even gift, and you don't even. Why will you give when you don't even remember that birthday is in 2 weeks or Mother's Day is in 3 days? These are little things. Guys, I'm going to allow Zeno in now. Hello, Zeno, you're on the floor, and then Mr. Ola, I will add you on later.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Zeno, long time no see. Welcome.
All I have to say is, gone are the days where women are being treated as second citizens. Exactly. We are no longer just decorations in the house. Mm-hmm. We're not afraid to work, and if I can work for the things that I want, it's bare minimum for you to do a little for me. Exactly. You can't expect me to go and be a man and work and fight and do all of this and then still come back and submit to somebody that's not even willing to be called a man. I'm going to respect who respects themselves.
Exactly.
So for this guy, I understand that he's older and whatnot, but also nobody wakes up. I mean, 18 months is a long time, don't get me wrong, but nobody wakes up and say, oh, I have had 3 children for you. I feel like doing divorce, so I just want to walk away.
Exactly. I always say this. You've been on my channel for a very long time. I always say that no woman ever goes into a marriage with the hope that in 5 years' time she's going to walk out of it. No woman.
Nobody goes down the aisle and even goes and have a child and thinks, oh, I'm doing this because I want to be divorced. If you do that, good luck to you. But that average woman doesn't do that. And then for her to struggle, he came as a dependent, right? So obviously she was in school. Yeah. So she probably was working, going to school with limited hours and still taking care of children, still taking care of the house. And then you are sitting there and saying she's the devil because she tells you to stand up and go and work. Abba.
I know.
Let me just let all the guys know, if you think in this generation you are going to marry somebody that sits in the house or goes to work every single day and makes money for herself, whether or not she's willing to share, and then has to come back and come and serve you hands and foot, it's not going to happen. Gone are those days. Exactly. There was someone on the chat that kept saying that American women want to marry Nigerian men. Don't be deceived.
I think that's G-Gab or something.
They want to be spoiled by Nigerian men because of the stereotype that you guys have out there. They do not want to marry you. Don't be deceived. And also, too, the amount of respect that you guys give people that are not Nigerian is very different from the respect that you give Nigerian women.
Absolutely.
God will bless you for this.
Remember that too, that when you are trying to show yourself and say, oh, I'm a big guy, I'm a big girl, whatever, these foreign people, you don't do the same thing to your African people or to your Nigerian people. So you can't use the same yardstick to try and judge the two and say, oh, you don't want us, but African American people want us. Actually, I'm advising you today, go and marry African American women. When they put you on child support, your eye will clear. When you collect your check every day and government is deducting their child support even before it reach your hand, you will know that time that Nigerian women were understanding and they were serving you. And mind you, you can't even expect one African American to wake up in the morning and say, oh, I'm going to work and I'm working 40 hours and you want fresh food every day. You're on your own. You do not marry.
I want to ask you a question. Every time non-Nigerian women, we're talking about other Africans, white women, every time we speak about Nigerian men, what do they say? 2 things. They provide and they are good in the bedroom.
Yeah,
that's all they want people for.
Exactly. That's what they want you for.
I've never heard anything else besides provision and
bedroom matrix. Exactly.
I've also not heard them say they want to marry. I've heard them say they want to date. I've never heard them say I want to marry a Nigerian man. It's always I want to date a Nigerian man. I want to be spoiled by a Nigerian man. None of them want to marry you. Don't deceive yourself.
They won't marry you. They just want to date. Exactly. Right. Mr. Ola is back again. Let me hard up Mr. Ola now. I hope you are still able to take 5 more. Yeah. Mr. Ola, unmute yourself, please.
I come here to defend our brothers, because I know they like it
okay.
at all. You know, fair.
You are allowed, though. You are allowed.
See, the truth matter be say, you see, in relocation there, I blame these Nigerian men who have 50,000 pounds or sitting or leave Nigeria. When you're so certain age that you're doing well, coming back, why must you even relocate when you have the means of such a huge amount of money? To do what?
Exactly.
I think people also tell them it's wrong advice. Maybe when the guy is 40-something, maybe 47, 48, maybe someone say, yeah, relocate, life will just be better. When you can relocate to these places when you're younger. You're still very active.
Yeah.
Inside your 20s, middle 20s, highest 35, When your mother died, forget it. You'll be sleeping on the couch.
Exactly, you're right.
Because because your experience will never change.
Exactly.
You have good car, you have good life, you have a job, you have everything going on. Maybe your wife convinced you, honey, let's relocate for the sake of the children. Say when the children grow, they can relocate themselves. And in the aspect of all this romantic thing I'm hearing my sister is talking about, look.
You're coughing.
No. What I'm saying is this, right? I understand the word romantic in our society is different. Then that you have to give a very huge gift, or you
don't have to give a very. So, for example, now you've been married to your wife for a very long time. You know the things that she likes, and on Valentine's Day, now go and buy her flowers when you know she doesn't like flowers. You know she loves chocolate. You know she loves dark chocolate. You know she likes Chinese. Rather than buy her flowers that you know she doesn't like, why not just order Chinese that you know she likes? You want to be Oyibo by force. These are the little things like that.
Can you buy a Nigerian woman real Chinese or chocolate? You will not throw it on you. Nigerian woman, also that group, Nigeria is child be born in Western world. He grew up in such a way that you understand. You have to say poverty sometimes make us to start asking for some of these things.
See, any African woman that is asking her husband to buy her Birkin on Valentine's Day, that's a baddie wife. Now,
because some people be asking for gold. I've seen where, sorry to say, a Nigerian guy, maybe his own Nigerian mentality, tell your boss, I will buy you gold. I will buy you gold. Do you want to start looking at him like, you crazy or what? I don't even know you. You want to buy me gold?
Can I say something? If you go and date Tiger, is you that is going to choose Tiger. There are many loving Nigerian women out here. A lot of Nigerian men will do them dirty.
Exactly.
You go and look for Insta body that you see the hair when she shake her hair like this is flowing like water. You think the hair is 100 pounds? Nigerian men also don't choose.
You can go and watch movies. Go to the movies. Go and watch movies. That's also part of the love. You can go and eat ice cream somewhere. That's part of the love.
Exactly. Some actually was that, but Nigerian men, you know they try at all. The only thing you go buy flower, you go buy card. The next thing they rub body, you say make she open leg. That's not how it's done.
They will carry African American women to Birkins and Chanel.
Exactly. Or to the perfume shop, go and buy 20 perfume.
And that don't be love then, because if you start buying these things and the guy and the woman you see, you can you spend your money as you want, but actually love is look, most of these Nigerian girls that they talk say they if some of these foreign, I don't talk about black Americans, we don't see those ones now, just something else. I'm talking about some of these foreign white women that can easily like you, not because of anything.
Yeah. Brachidola, I think you're missing our point. And let me explain to you why. No, wait. Let me tell you something that you are missing in this conversation. And the reason why a lot of married men, when they come abroad, they struggle or they even struggle back home. You cannot love a woman the way you choose to love her. Everybody has a love language. Yes. And the reason why a lot of people are struggling is that if your woman's love language is act of service and you're buying gifts every day and you say, I'm doing all of this thing, you're not appreciating, because that's not her love language. Exactly. Her love language is probably you helping her around the house. Yeah. So help her around the house. You get 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 5 rounds. But if you like, go and buy Birkin bag and it's not Birkin bag that she wants, you will just be pushing your mouth forward and say, this woman does not have, she's ungrateful. She's very ungrateful. I went and bust my behind. So you have to, and African men don't have that patience.
You want
You just feel
traditional
like
man to
love.
help you
You just
around the
feel like
house.
love is buying a woman gift.
The love,
This is
or not even when
bro,
see when
bro
children start.
Akidola. See, you are still not hearing me. And you people
I
don't want
hear
to
you,
learn.
but you see the
Use
problem.
our love language to love us, and you not
Yeah,
have
I
problems.
understand.
No,
When children started coming, see, this was something that sometimes some men have problem with. When children start becoming involved, I understand the children, the first in such a scenario. But sometimes, you see, Missy get problem with okay, how about us, we Nigerian men? Would it be our love then? Just blessing that one-sided thing.
Mr. Ola, don't get me started.
it's not one-sided. It's not one-sided.
You
Every
be
man
a
has
woman
his
to
love. No,
support
no, no,
Nigerian men too.
no, no, no. I
We
brought
don't
that
like to
topic
hear,
up because of what you said.
we don't like to
I,
hear
I,
love.
I
Gone are those days, oh, where I say,
no.
you let man
Gonna
talk to
not
the
any day.
Sorry, I want to
you
say
go show us
something.
sweetness too.
Do
Sing
you
better music
know?
for 1 year too.
Women
Do
will always, women will always show
Do you know
sweetness.
that I don't know one Nigerian woman that I've spoken to that doesn't spend on their husbands and loves on their
They're
husbands?
plenty.
Somehow, you people always date very wicked women, and it's now our
Now be
fault for
that
what they are
love where they
doing.
show with force. Most Nigerian men with a complex, our women too, when they want, some of these Nigerian women, when they want to talk to you, if baby not love, they say, what you they do, self? Come
Nigerian
down,
men
go
don't
down.
date.
Come down with your voice, get sexy, become something else.
Yes,
Become a me water, so that both they see you that
It's not cultural. I'm a Nigerian Yoruba woman. I'm not
they
a
chat
Igbo.
for us. The love language also need to change for the women's side.
You know what, Mr. Allah, if you're saying that the woman should put her voice down, she's always spoken that way before you married her, and you still went on to marry her. Why do you not expect that after you married her, she should now start speaking with her voice down? She was always speaking to you that way before you married her. So you now went on to marry her, and now she's now speaking to her, now saying, oh, put your voice down. But you know she's always speaking like that. Why are you now asking her to put her voice down now?
Love language always a change. The voice always a change. Not when the man they toast the girl, you know how they say you find the guy will be not out of the blue. The guy won't come get my voice. You're not going to behave again. They will, even if one play the romance self, you go say
like the live stream, guys. Like the live stream,
so the truth about them say make women also change. Maybe they watch movies, check what did they happen there. They do some serities too. When man I go change, you say, hey, this my woman is nice. Even when the woman they piece once in a while, the guy also say, next time this woman know how to catch me. But not saying only one sided of you see, our papa, I understand say women suffer from societies those days. Our ancestors, they don't even get love at all. We just
so, Mr. Ola, there's a question here in the comment section for you. And the question is that you should discuss why Nigerian marriages fail when they come to Obodo Oyinbo axis. Like, why do obviously husband and wife, they both come from Nigeria. When they come to diaspora, why do their marriages fail? So I think one of those reasons is this case of this man that we're talking about here today is why I'm asking to work. So what do you think is contributing to why Nigerian marriages fail in the diaspora?
No love.
No love.
And no love. And this environment, you see, place like Western world, like UK, whereby the woman herself is struggling, right? The man is struggling. And such a scenario, right? It will happen to be, it's not about love now, it's about something else. There'll be chaotic, there'll be problem, and children evolve. So it's not like Nigeria, whereby, okay, the system they came from and where they are now is totally different. They will just like that's just the way it is. It's just like somebody who came from Africa, even a single person that came from Africa. Sometimes even when he's dating, because maybe he don't have his papers, he don't have some serities, it will be showing even when he's trying to play love. Because at first you want to go towards the part. Can you help me for paper? Can I marry you? Can I marry you? All these kind of things, So this to talk that is different, no. But this one we say they just moved from Nigeria, trouble. Maybe the guy is older when he came. The money is not really rolling in. It's not their dream. It's not really their dream. It's not what they were expecting. They came to see. It's very difficult. You understand me? So these things, and if there's no love at all in that relationship, the relationship will die. The power of love is very, very powerful. Because in Nigeria, right?
I want you to understand that love, for the fact that both of them went, I mean, they are married, they now come to the diaspora. I want to believe that they married for love. I want to believe that. But in my own opinion, some of the things that I feel that actually contributes to married feeling is in the diaspora, men obviously know that women have the chance, have greater opportunity to be to make use of the system to their benefit. And in that instance, some men, majority of African men actually do not feel comfortable with that, knowing that, oh, the system is for the women, London is for the women, fine. But then you know that this woman can make use of the opportunity available for her in the UK. But when she's expressing her grievances to you, you are ignoring her concerns. You're not allowing her to vent how she's feeling. Like, men excuse women's feelings, and that's in fact, number 2 major reasons why marriages are failing in Nigeria. Marriages are failing. That's why you can imagine your wife is telling you that, okay, let's say for example the case of, I don't like this, and you keep buying me that. Or your husband, you want to do something, your wife's like, don't do this, do it that way. But me, I hate my feelings being ignored. I hate when my feelings or my concerns is being ignored. You're like, oh, because I'm a woman. No, just gonna sit down there. Your talk is not important. I hate when it happens. And when it happens, see, when it now comes to your turn for me to listen, I swear to God, I go put cotton wool for
a woman will dump you. That woman dumped that man because the man is useless. The man
Thank you. No, you are talking.
No. See what I mean? Useless. It's useless because the man have sold his property in Nigeria. Does not have that mansion. Is going back anymore. And there's all look, when the woman understand, you have what called backup, that because you can go, the man will take his ticket back home and go back to his luxurious lifestyle, be in his mansion, drive his Mercedes Benz, the money's rolling coming in. That woman will behave. It's because the man have already saw, or this woman have already saw in this man's eyes, that is useless.
But I disagree with you. What I don't like is I like when you hold men. I like when you hold men accountable. You need to start holding your brothers accountable. No. You are now blaming the woman. You're not holding the man accountable.
No, exactly. Let me conclude before you. When the woman see that the man is down,
like 3 more minutes, Mr. Ola, so that we can have
when sister see that, when that woman saw this man is down, and the man have you see, the man is hopeless. Now his eyes torn, his self-esteem is low, and there's already trouble going on. It will push you out. It will push you out.
One thing I said is that man is in a certain area. He could go to another city to go find a job. Like I said, the example I cited, when my brother came into this country, he was going for work for like 2 weeks in a security business, a security company, 2 weeks off, and he'll come back 2 weeks after. Before he now works in London in I think London Transport. So that's why I said that if you're trying to find a job in a certain location and you can't find a job, try and move, like stay out of that environment, go somewhere else. You don't necessarily have to remain in that. If you live in Birmingham, you can't find a job in Birmingham, go to Manchester, go to Sheffield, go to Kent, go to all of these places. You might just be able to find a job somewhere. But I just feel like for this woman to have pushed this man out, she felt the man was not trying enough, or he was not even making efforts. I guess that was why. And in most cases, that is what you will find. A woman will not just wake up one morning and tell you to go find a job if she did not see that you are actively trying all you could to find a job. And I understand that age is no longer on the side of this man. But he's not saying all of a sudden she changed. Women just don't change. If a woman changes, having given you the chance, before a woman will start telling you to go find a job, she will have been like, why is this man not even trying? If a woman is saying that, oh, go find a job, she has given you enough chance to make better effort yourself. And if she sees that you're not making an effort, that is where you're going to wake up the lioness in her, and she will freaking kick you out of the door.
God bless you. God bless you, because I don't like when we don't hold each other accountable. Do you understand what I'm saying? Everybody might have his own fault. He's saying that the woman must have failed because the guy doesn't have anything in Nigeria and she feels like he's useless. No, he's useless because he got there, they don't have money, he's crossing his neck, and he doesn't have the energy to go out to work. Let me tell you something, especially men. If you are young and agile and you do anyhow to your wife, you will collect in old age. You will collect woto in old age.
Pastor Shola always say it. You will say your wife has bipolar. Your wife doesn't have bipolar because when she was given the chance to make changes, she was keeping quiet.
You did not.
You were keeping quiet. You did not. When she now started giving you goes, you are now saying she has bipolar. No, she's not bipolar because she's been quiet for that long, hoping that you will wake up from your slumber and do something. And when you refuse,
and you didn't wake up. Carry yourself now from Nigeria.
No, she's not.
No.
Oh, people are teaching her. Single mothers are telling her what to do. And so called podcast is telling her, no, she's giving you freaking enough time to make changes, to make a choice. It's either you get a job and care for your family, or you face the door. So now you not say, oh, the woman is bipolar. No, she's not bipolar, because when she was talking, you were ignoring her. You were ignoring her feelings. And when she now no longer talks, that when did she see now a red light? When did she see now a green light? And she see green light, so she know they see red light again. Now you are crying foul. Oh, she has changed. She has changed. Why? She did not just suddenly change.
Also, can I just say, as one of the residents Gen Zs here, can I just say that love
Resident Gen Z, we happy with.
I like that, Abby.
No, I'm saying that because I know somebody's gonna come for me in the chat as well. Abby, you're young, so let me just
let me write that word. I will need to start using that word.
So that I'll just put disclaimer out. That people should not come for me. I know I'm young, no problem. But I just want people to know that love is an illusion. The only reason people, and I'm saying this because when all of our mothers and grandmothers that have been married for 50 years, is it love? People that they barely knew, that they got married to, right? The reason people stay together is because people are intentional. Yes. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you now about intentionality. Intentionality is remembering your wife's birthday.
Exactly. Remember anniversary.
Valentine's Day, giving her a relaxing massage so that without expecting anything else. If it happens, it happens. A woman that is happy is going to wear nice lingerie for you and all of that stuff. Remember that. So let's stop talking about love. Love is an illusion. It's a chemical reaction. Chemical reactions don't last for long. Okay.
I like that barista talk. The outdoor war here. That kind of something, that kind of feelings. But you also pay back to the man too. Don't listen to the man they make the move.
But let me tell you, you are missing this whole point. This whole point is not about us bashing men or bashing women. We're trying to advise each other in this place. So now what you're not getting is, as women, we're just trying to explain to you men the things that you guys are missing out. You are just saying, what about the man? What about the man? What about the man? If you want to give an explanation, give. But only you can't hear is that you are bashing women. The woman did this, the woman did that, the woman did that. Do you want to sit down there on your own and tell me that you don't have a feeling this man must have done it to the woman, or you feel like she's a saint and the woman is wicked? Do you understand what I'm saying? Sometimes these things happen out of reaction of some compounding issues, because some women will just be piling it until you get to a time it just blow out. And this also to answer the question of the person online that said, also can the panelists contribute? Honestly speaking, most times there's always an underlying issue before people move from Nigeria to Obodo Oyinbo.
Yes. So even the saying, one thing I know is that no woman can take advantage of me just because the system favors her. I can do you serious harm and you will go to jail. See, I'm sorry, this is the kind of man you do a serious harm because you think she can make use of the system. Like, why don't you that you come to Rome? Why don't you behave like the Romans?
So and that's even where the system will work against you.
You will do a serious harm. Do a serious harm, and you spend your rest of your life in jail.
See, Barista, I understand. Say you put the speak on that woman perspective. You also look at the man perspective also, because we're totally different.
No, Mr. I was actually reading the comment of somebody.
Yeah, no, so you see, what did they speak about that the man side? As a man, I'm not supporting the man when don't pass 45. When don't pass 35, may relocate. Even when he's doing well in Nigeria, stay there, because the moment you come into this kind of society, whereby society is not what you expect, you see now. Because in Nigeria, you might be doing well, you might be living life. For you to relocate, you have some, you're living pretty good. So coming down to these places, we first of all kill your self-esteem. It's not the type of job you think you have that degree in Nigeria. You come and use it in overseas. It's not going to work. Possibility you start seeing yourself cleaning toilet, cleaning the ground, something that you have never done before in your life. You have to have, most of us that came from Nigeria, we actually enough, even after school or during school or whatever it is, we actually have to do nothing, even job or do anything. We just get school.
You have to start
we eye the bigger job. Then after maybe during that bigger job you're doing where everything's going well, probably some kind of insecurity. Okay, let me just relocate. You sell your beautiful house, you sell your beautiful car, you know your job, that luxurious job, you live in large with Nigeria. It's okay. UK, yeah, man, now because you're far more better for me at that older age. Sorry, some of these things can come as depression sometimes to this guy, because You have to be cleaning toilet now. You have to be cleaning the ground. You have to be packing garbage somewhere. So you have to be working somewhere that is this kind of unskilled job. And it will say, let me come with this. So this is also kill our men also.
I understand.
We will destroy them.
Clearly. But then
so that's what I try to say.
Just for a time. I mean, what did the Bible say about that? It's something that you can't suffer for too long or something. It's just for a season. You're not going to do it for the rest of your life. As long as that job is bringing in money, as long as that money you are getting from that job is paying bills and your wife is happy, what more do you want?
Yeah, but that's what I say. If you 35, yes, 35, because 35, you can still able to still wake up, jump up from the bed, and let's go.
Can I ask you a question? So whose job is it to cater to these women and their ego? Are you saying, because me too, they're going to be changed. As a woman now, I come from Nigeria after 30 years in Nigeria. There are also changes for me. Besides, obviously, the weather, I obviously now have to become such a masculine man, packing sheets, and also still be a mother and a wife. So who will massage my own ego now and be telling me sorry? Because I'm tired of men expecting women to cater to their own emotional needs too. I'm not your mother. It's actually tiring. We are in a world where, and I'm speaking from the perspective of a younger woman, we're in a world where a lot of Nigerian men now are princesses.
Exactly.
Man up. I don't understand. So who will now be telling me sorry every time you want us to cater to your ego, be massaging your ego? It's ridiculous. It's tough for you. It's tough for us too in so many ways that we cannot explain.
It's just because, I understand. It's just because.
Sorry, I'm not your mother. I need help too.
It's just because. Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
You guys, I feel like honestly, we've excused men in general for so long that now they think because women has made multiple excuses for them, asking for the bare minimum is being difficult.
True.
And because now we have realized that, hey, as much as we want you to be okay, it also matters for us to be okay. Because if we're being honest, yes, men are providers. Yes, men go to work. Women are working at the same time, but they're also supposed to be mothers. They're also supposed to take care of you. They're also supposed to take care of everything else that surrounds you. Then who's taking care? Then we're not asking, don't do too much. Don't even worry about the children.
Don't come on protest. If anything happens now, NSAS, anything, women, black women lead everything. You men need to stand up. It's always
even the men with the egos, they'll come with ideas. They'll not say, oh, my wife did not support me. That's why I did. So I should be your counselor, your wife, your sister, your mother, your children's mother too. And then I should still be your teacher. They'll
sister,
not
be very careful, because that is if the man comes from Nigeria, somebody that is suffering though. If the guy already established himself in Western world, they have a lot of options though. That's just the truth. If you don't
honestly, forgive me, but as the options, we have options.
So options there for the guys. So
we are rounding up. We are almost there for 2 hours.
So
we have options as well, and we are okay.
So if the guy don't establish for UK or anywhere, United States, if you don't work for Nigeria, enter Black America.
That's why Mama 5 always says terms and conditions.
Exactly. Terms and conditions. Resident Gen Z.
Enter Mexico or Puerto Rico. If you do work for Puerto Rico,
also too, I feel like
we are rounding up.
Even saying men have options, it's kind of what's the word? It's demeaning to women as well, because you guys think we don't have options and we're supposed to settle for less just because we now have what do you call it? Terms and conditions, and we want to be met as well. You also have terms and conditions. Nobody's telling you you shouldn't have
to cooperate. Not to cooperate. The further thing I will say is this. Let me just conclude. I think we have to understand and cooperate.
2 minutes, Mr. Ola, to conclude. 2 minutes.
For the long run, things will work out. Nothing remains forever the same. Things always change. You understand me? So for the long run, I think men and women from Africa just have to cooperate, work this out, encourage each other. These things will balance themselves later. But I understand the beginning might be tough, but men that is 45, please stay at home. Don't come, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ola. I really appreciate your contribution today. I really appreciate you. Right. Zeno, 2 minutes to round up. Your last thing
all I can say is please take care of yourself as women. You have options as well as the men has options, and don't feel like what's the word, compromising means that you have to give all of you and then they give you nothing. Come to a point where you're comfortable with, because nobody's going into marriage thinking I'm only here for 10 years or I'm here for a short time. I can't. He's saying
Annie Dibia say Two-Face said they could do another 10 years. Annie look and say, what do you mean 10 years? I am here forever.
Exactly. Nobody, you can't say, oh, let's start small and then expect. If a man does not open the door for you when he's trying to get you to date you, he's not going to open the door for you when he marries you. So just figure out what you can what's the word, tolerate and stick with it. That's all I have to say.
Thank you so much, Gino. Thank you. Right, Abby, over to you. 2 minutes closing words.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is two things, right? Number one, men expect too much grace and understanding from women, and they do not give the same grace and understanding to women. So women, in my opinion, is you need to withdraw. Also, like Zeno said, yes, when you're dating someone, what they do is what you expect them to continue to do, right? And in my own opinion, don't go and wait 5 years when things are going wrong to speak up because you're trying to be an understanding woman. It is not worth it. It's going to come back and bite you in the bottom. So what's the point of doing that? As soon as you see, because let me tell you, there's no point in being in a marriage and a relationship if the man is not consistent. If you as a woman can be consistent, why can he not be consistent? The importance as a man, what's the point of being in a marriage if you're not there to profess, protect, and provide? What are you there for? You're useless to me if you cannot give me the 3 P's. I am better off being by myself. Most especially, as I say this in all of our men related conversations. I say this all the time. Women, don't just marry or date a man because he's been kind to you. A man that wants to get between your legs is going to be kind to you. Make sure that he's kind to everybody else. His friends, people that don't matter to him, the waiter at the restaurant, everybody else. Because a kind man is a kind man. A man that is kind to you isn't necessarily a kind man. But also, I am sick and tired of women being the forefront of everything. So please, those that have young boys, know what you're training, know what you're training. That's it.
Thank you so much, Abby. Thank you so much, Abby. Right, Natu, sister Natu, concluding words before I do my final take.
Okay, so what? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so what I'm going to say real quick is that I just want to remind all the men that are here that are listening that women follow naturally. So you have to be leading a woman somewhere for her to be able to submit to the level that you want her to submit to. Do you understand? You have to like give her something to hold on to. If you have a plan for the family and she sees where you're taking to the family to, she sees that you're taking the family to the promised land, she's all in with you. But if you're too secretive, you're making your own plans at the side, you have plans with your family, you don't want her to know what she's doing, bro, you can't even get 5% submission from her. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I also want to remind people, especially those that are married, and the question the other person asks, gold is refined through fire. You can only see the beauty of gold when it goes through fire. So marriage is not a smooth sailing. It's two people coming from two different backgrounds, trying to like form a life. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to go through some hurdles to be able to like understand yourself and find a balance. But the problem that we have now is that a lot of women and men are not ready to tolerate a lot of things that our parents tolerated back in the days. So once it's just so a lot of the attitude that some of the partners are showing are triggers for some people because of what they've been through. So once the partners start showing those traits that they've seen in their own homes, they're like, you know what, I'm not here for this, I'm out. And you can't blame them, because if you live every day seeing your mother get whipped by your father, and that thing has traumatized you for the rest of your life, and you marry somebody in 2-3 months, he has started laying his hands on you, you're going to be out. Because one thing we will say is that if he starts laying his hands on you, he always lay his hands on you. So you will not want to wait again to experience anything. And they say, oh, why are people just going to marriage and going out? Because guess what? That thing that they did not know they were going to see, they start seeing it. and they've asked themselves that question: is it something that I can accept or not? You know what? I'm not going to celebrate somebody laying his hands on me, so I'm going to be out. And people will start judging that person without knowing the full story. Do you understand what I'm saying? But if it has nothing to do with DV and other stuffs, but it's just you trying to find balance, you just have to like learn to extend the same grace that you want the person to extend to you. But especially our African men, I feel like some of the things that they struggle is that they can't receive what they are dishing out. Or so if somebody's giving you grace, you find it hard to give the person the grace back. Or if you're giving somebody negative energy, you can't even take one pinch of the negative energy the person is giving you back. So that's the problem that we have.
Yeah, thank you so much for your contribution. I really appreciate you. Thank you. And Life with Nat is one of our members here. Abby is also one of our members here. So I'm going to do a quick roundup, okay? So based on all we've discussed here and based on the main story that we brought here, I really felt a lot of pity for the man. I really do, because like I said, he's 62. Age is not on his side, and if he's not able to get a job where he should try and change his city, relocate out of that city to another city. Hopefully, once he gets a job, he might be able to rally around his couple of friends to go speak to his wife again, so that at least when he goes to work, he can come back home. Because, I just don't know. At that age, just like he said, that there's nothing back home for him to go back to. I really felt for him, actually. But at the same time, for him to have waited that long up until the wife told him to go get a job, for him to be pushed out, it must have meant that the wife has actually given him enough chance to show that, yes, it was getting something done, or he was trying to get something. Like I said, a woman cannot just wake up one day and tell you to move out. It must have given you chances. It must have given you opportunities. It must have told you stylishly, in a joking way. It must have given you basketballs to say, go get a job. But if he's not seeing that, if she did not see you make any effort, she will throw you out of the house. And yes, women after, especially in the diaspora, women, if a couple lose, at the end of the day, the man is the one that will be asked to leave. But then I want to believe that with one of the callers said that there's three sides to a story: the man, the woman, and whatever the third one. But it's the only man we've seen. And from what I've seen, from what I've watched and hearing the man talk, you can all of a sudden she changed, she started doing this, she started mistreating me, she started mistreating me, she started doing that. That's the man being entitled there. So this is a woman, you both come to the diaspora, and like I said, I think the man is a dependent. So in a way, being the dependent, you're supposed to be working full time. You're supposed to be working for that. We don't know what the woman does, but I felt in this situation, the woman must have given him enough chance, enough time, opportunity to find a job. And when the woman realized that he's not forthcoming, he's not trying to get something, she threw him out of the door. I'm hoping that things get better for him. And also, one of the things I always say here is this: in the diaspora, one of the things, number one on my list that is contributing to marriages breaking in the diaspora is finances, especially in a home where there are children involved. If there's nothing wrong with either of you, if you're not sick, if you don't have one of your legs amputated, if you don't have any form of disability, if there's nothing wrong with you medically, and you don't want to work, then you're going to have an issue. Because I don't understand how there will be a couple and one is working, the other is not working. In this more current age, we're talking about the family that man whose wife died in Nigeria. There's no point when you are still struggling and you have felt pregnant again, the third one. Like, why? So same here in diaspora, things are changing, things are expensive. And if there's a couple in a home and just only one person working, trust me, there's going to be issues. There's going to be issues. And yes, if you think because you have a PhD, you don't want to do a cleaning job, that cleaning job is not for long. And even if it is for long, but as long as it's paying your bills, as long as it's mean that every month you are giving your wife £300 and she's giving you peace, with that £300 you are giving her every month, man, you are a made man. Because at the end of the day, the job does not matter as long as the job pays your bill. And yes, whatever job you start now, regardless of your qualification, regardless of your skills, whatever you have, it's just for a moment till you attain or till you achieve what you actually really want. You can't say because you are a software programmer now, you've just finished as a software programmer and you want an MD job. It's not going to happen, especially if you're a person of a color. Opportunity doesn't come that way like that. You need to work your way up. And somebody was talking about immigration. Yes, immigration might be a part of it, but in a situation whereby immigration is not the issue here, I find that men who are still family or men in a family who are still renewing visas, then they work. Yeah, they also they work. If they are still meant to be renewing visa, if they are on a student visa, the men work. I've mostly noticed in men who are actually permanent residents in this country, they are the ones who often lack from their responsibilities. Correct me if I'm wrong, but from my you guys don't make me talk. Men who are settled, who are now Baba London, who are now Baba Scotland, who are now Baba that they are now have their permanent residency, they are the ones I've often seen who are refusing to work. There's nothing wrong with them. They are hale and healthy. There's nothing wrong with them. They can go to gym 24 hours in a day. But when it comes to a job, you are saying, oh, you don't want to start a small job. But you have to start from somewhere. Somebody that became a manager today did not just become a manager straight on. You have to start from somewhere. I was on a TikTok listening something, let's say, and I could hear men talking about, MDBA, ABD, whatever training. And some are even moving ahead. My head was just packing like, wow. Like, wow. Yeah, Tola Blanc. So finances is a huge part in a relationship. If Omo Babolowo is telling you that love without money is nothing, then what is you that you don't have money? What are you doing looking for love? Love in a relationship even makes it sweeter. And even in most cases, Nigerian women don't even ask you to buy them Bugatti. They are not asking you to give them Hermes bag for their birthday. Just know what she loves. Is it that she wants to look nice, or wig nowadays? You find correct woman wig for £200 or even £100. You know what this woman wants. Make it an habit. Don't say, on your birthdays, I always don't have money. Let that be a forgotten talk. It should not be something you should be telling your wife. Oh, on your birthdays, I don't always have money. Don't let that be a talk. But on your own birthday, she's doing, cooking, surprise birthday cake. She's doing this. But when it comes to us, you are giving excuses. Make it make sense. And also, I'm going to say this again. If you're getting married, terms and conditions must be written. Terms and conditions. With the woman, we have our own terms and conditions. If you are not able to meet any of it, there'll be wala. Both of you should have terms and conditions. And if a man is telling you that, once you get married, this is your job, you stop it, please do not. And now I'm talking about those of us who are in diaspora now. Terms and conditions need to work. And yes, there's a stage. I was watching a show last week as well. There's a stage where a woman will reach in her life that she will actually start to stand up to the man. So men, you need to understand that you should not ignore the feelings or the concerns of your wife. Don't excuse her concerns. If she's telling you that this is what you're doing and I'm not quite happy with it, for the fact that she's even telling you about it, she's good. She's been open. But if you're now ignoring her feelings, that is where Wahala will start. That is when Wahala will start. Your wife is not asking you to give her £2,000 every month. She's just asking you to contribute into the household. And how do you contribute if you don't have a job? And if she's constantly telling you, to me, like I said, it's a disgrace that your wife is actually telling you. And trust me, if a woman starts to tell a man to go and find a job, she will lose all respect for you. No matter how you try. If it goes to that state that she's telling you, you need to go and get a job. I can't do this alone. I can't do this. I can't. And you're like, oh, waiting. And only you, not me, they do this before. Yes, you were the one doing it before. But now it is not a woman's place to pick up finances of the family. A woman is known to be an helper. You, the man, are to be. You are the one who is meant to lead with a focus. And when that woman believes in your focus, she will trail behind you. But you are leading blindly with no focus. How do you expect her to follow you? How do you expect her to chip in when she realizes that you are in a struggle here? Or maybe in this month, you are not able to meet a certain bill. If she knows that you are doing the right thing, if she knows that you are leading rightly with a focus, you wouldn't even need to ask her before she chip in. You won't even need to ask her before she chip in. So if your wife is telling you that this is what you're doing, and it's causing this to me, it's causing I'm doing it, I'm feeling this way, and you are ignoring her. Be out of biz or biz, whatever you want to, you are opening on yourself. If a woman is telling you that, okay, I just need you to chip in this, she's not asking you for all of your bank account. The story of the other girl that said I'm going to bring, her husband was collecting €1,000 from her hand every month from her wages because he brought her from abroad. Maybe we'll do that story over the weekend, but I'm going to try and bring that story. So please, African men in diaspora, you need to do better. And it's like I said, it is the people who do this, the one that I already said to the one that are now critical, they are the ones who often find it difficult to work because they've realized that their wife, that the wife they have is not a lazy person. They will now start giving him, oh, my wife is the manager of this house. She's not the manager. If she decides to go the same direction as you, they will not be a manager. I hope we have taken 1 or 2 lessons away from here. And like I said, from all of my lessons there, if you are above the age of 50, Japa is not for you. Japa is not for you. Maybe you can just come here, visit and come back and go. But it is not really for you to come and sell everything and come and stay here. If you're in your late 30s, early 30s, is a good idea. But in this case of this man, is in the UK for almost 2 years, which meant that he came into the UK at the age of 60. Most of my colleagues who are between that age, 55 or 58, they are now at their early retirement, which means that they stop working 4 days a week. They now work 2 days a week. So it is that 2 days a week they will keep working until they clock 58 or 59. And then that's them, they retire. So a normal day is above the retirement age in the UK. So him finding a job, may God help him. I'm going to quickly read all of these comments and then we shall end the live stream. So please like and share this live stream for me. Subscribe to my channel if you've not yet done so. Like I said, guys, go find my business page. My business page is on TikTok, TMO5 Candle Co. I sell candles. I sell scented candles. Okay, they are affordable. If you can buy Joe Malone candles, you'll be able to afford my own, and they are very, very good. They're handmade, made with love. I sell scented candles, wax melts, car diffusers, home diffusers. Go and patronize me, guys. Go and patronize me, okay? Let me read your comments, okay? David Black said, Abby, you are right. I mean that people often misunderstand women submitting in marriage. Vivian V said, Nigerian women with marriage is like 5 and 6. That guy could not have been a loving husband. Sorry to say. Okay. G Gab said, without her husband, a woman will struggle. The general public is conservative. I know she will struggle because it's not easy raising children in this country. Come and ask me. I've got 5 children. One of them is giving me wahala right now. And I already shared that story with you because it was having issues with his sister. That story is on my channel. Go watch it. My son called social worker for me because I gave him a bara. He called social worker for me. And I was asked to leave my flat for 5 days. It was a rude shock to my system. And my oldest child is 20 years old. I've never had issues with social worker before. So I understand you, G-Gab. I understand you in that aspect. Raising children in diaspora by yourself is not easy. Talk more of when both of you are together. Like, both of you together, it's not easy. Talk more when you're on your own. So she will struggle. I don't know what the ages of those children are, but I'm hoping at some point, God opens the door for this man to be able to get a job, no matter what, as long as it's bringing in a little bit of money. I'm hoping that, the woman allows him back home, okay? Because at his age, it's really not ideal. The weather in the UK is not even weathering for that kind of man at this age. Cold. The older you become, your body starts to get susceptible to some things that you don't really want to expose your body to. So, Nigeria Talk, I see you all the time. Thank you so much, my brave sister. Thank you for being here. Tola Bland, yes, I agree. Finances is the major one thing, like major. Is one big thing. It is everywhere, even in Nigeria. Finances is a big deal. Okay. Thank you so much, Tola Bland, for that. David Black says, so UK Nigerian men are lazy. So the ones that are settled here, go to Peckham, you see. I stand to be corrected, but see the ones that are permanently resident, they are settled here. On maybe 85% of them, they don't work. That's when they will come up with some illness to go and be collecting your baba, be collecting some sort of benefits. And I did a live stream there that if you're dependent on benefit in this country, I swear to God, you will never have a purpose for your life. You will never be able to plan further because you collecting benefits, you are limiting yourself to your full potential, to the kind of life you want to live after. Because a month, they are giving you £900 or maybe £1,000. But if you work full time, you can earn much more than that. So make it make sense. And how are they surviving? Are women paying? So there are some women who are doing so. David, there are women who are paying bills. The man is at home. Yes, they are. Yes. Vivian V said, G-Gab, lots of single mothers have raised wonderful children. What's the point of a lazy deadbeat who's not involved in raising his children in the same household? And also, some men will say that, if I decide not to work, I want to be at home for my children. It is the duty of the woman to be at home with the children. Both of you deserve the time to spend with the children. But if the woman is the one working and the man is at home, you're not even giving the woman the chance to stay at home with her children. So no, you should not be at home all the time with the children. The wife needs to be at home with the children as well. Hence why both of you need to know, German in. Okay, you don't want to work full time. Maybe do 30 hours a week. And allow the woman to do 30 hours a week so that the remaining time of the week when she's not working, she's at home being a mother to her children. Dave, that's a single mother would have destroyed Nigeria family here in the US. It's the same here in the UK. It's the same here in the UK. But for a woman to actually say no, that's the door. She's been stretched. She has been stretched. She has given that man enough chances. And he just ignored her concerns and her feelings. Single mother would have destroyed the black family value here in the US. Vivian did said, hold on, Mama Five. What if the husband agrees to take care of her and the household monthly? Should she still work? I will say work. Oh, Vivian V, do you know what the economy is saying here in the UK? I told you I went to Costco last week. 250 something pounds was how much I spent, and look at the stuff I bought. I have not calculated the amount of African food stuff. Oh. A month in my household, we are spending over £1,000 on food. That is excluding rent, excluding electricity, excluding clothing, excluding that me too. I want to do fine gear. I want to do my hair. I told you this hair cost me £150. I want to buy clothes for myself. I want to buy shoe for myself. Excluding the girls, the kids need something. Excluding I want to pay car insurance. Excluding my tire get punctured today. I want to change my tire. Excluding I want to do road tax, £255. That's how much road tax I pay for my car every year. My car insurance is £131 every month. So if I'm spending £1,000 on food a month, how about the other stuff? So hence why, yes, the woman should still work. Maybe not full time. I don't know. Maybe she's studying. And if she's not studying, if she's able to work, I would still say yes, work. Because in current economy in the UK, one source of income in a family with children is not enough. It's not enough. Nobody will say it better. I'm telling you. This is coming from me. Like I said, I've been in this country for 20 years. I am raising 5 children. I am telling you the way it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. G Gab said, with a husband, a family will be complete. There's no doubt about it. You're absolutely right. Please be fully supportive of your husband for a happy marriage. A husband who is leading his family with a focus, with a goal. Please take the trouble. I've told him that come. If you misbehave once again, Naija, and also pray as well. Because I know he's 15 and I know his other siblings did not give me a hard time. I mean, I've got three older children, 20, 19, 18. The things he's been coming up with, none of those ones ever put me through that. And I understand that children are different. And I'm praying, I'm putting him into prayers. Like, no, God, whatever it is that he's going through at this phase, God should change his mind. God should change my because a few weeks ago, I shared a story of a 15-year-old boy that was stabbed to death in Glasgow. That was my son's friend. They are in the same school together, in the same class. The boy was stabbed to death. And I'm like, look at what happened to your friend. I don't want such. I will never bury any of my children. Look at what happened to your friend. If I'm telling you that I want to know where you go to, I need to know where you go. I need to know who you're moving with. And yes, your sisters in Nigeria, they're not born you where to call your sister by name. You call your parent would have been the ones to give you basketballs. And if your sister is saying that you're disrespecting her, you need to respect her if you want her to respect you. So he's been like, but she's not respecting me. But are you respecting your sister? So I'm praying. And yes, I'm a no-nonsense mom. I'm a no-nonsense mom. I will try and tell you in a calm way. But if you start to annoy me, I will shout. And it's when I shout, I don't like. So I'm trying and I'm praying as well. But if it goes, I pray there's no more instances, no more issue. But if there's any further, I'm going to arrange his shipping to Nigeria. My parents will turn him. He needs to experience a Yoruba respect. Absolutely, Gigab. I absolutely agree with you. 12 eggs here in the UK. Here in the UK, 15 pieces of egg is £2. It's £2.99. I don't know how much equates to in US dollars. So 15 pieces of eggs here in the UK is now £2.99. Daddy Trump have put us in a big mess. All of you, don't worry. Daddy Trump will do better. Abu Bakari, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. I'm just rounding up, guys. Vivian V said, Gigab, no, our baby will assume is being a teenager. Yes, so obviously I was speaking to a few people, they were like, yeah, boys of that. But I've got an older boy who is 18. I never had any issues with him. I never had an issue with him. So I'm just praying that whatever it is, maybe it's the kind of crowd is moving with our school. I just pray that God just change his mind. Whatever it is that is going on in his mind, God should just put that calmness over him. And I'm just praying that this phase of him being a teenager, God just cool him down. That's my prayer. PMCK, that was my question as well. Like my son, obviously, for me, for all of my children, I always want to know where they go. I always want to know where they are. And you see, I mean, like I said, now he started playing up a few days ago now. He told me he was in school, but my daughter's friend checked his Snapchat, and Snapchat put him at city center. And I was like, why did you lie to me that you are in school, but you were in city center? That's all. I started like, oh, so you are lying now. I told you I want to know where you are going. He started, hey, I'm just going to pack my bags and I will leave. And I'm like, because I'm asking you why you lied that you were not in school. You know, so that boy, I don't know what time it was. I don't know what he was out and about doing. I don't know why he was in that area. It was actually not in the city center. It's just about 10 minutes away at Mary Hill Road. It's not in the city center. It's in the west side of Glasgow. I don't know where he was in there at that time. And if you look at the people that did that to him, they were all teenagers as well. So they've arrested 3 people, ages 14, 15, and 16. Young boys like him unalived him with a knife. Young boys like him. So they've charged them to court. All 3 of them have been charged to court, and I'm happy that they found the killer. So there's a news now that they started the GoFund for this family. So his family have said that they are going to fly his body back to Africa to bury him. So it's sad. It's sad. So find yourself out of it. You will go to Santom. Nigeria is not an option. Well, let's know. For now, I don't want to shout. I've just I've put him in his side, and the only thing I can do is to ask God to just put that calmness over him. Let him pass through this phase with no issues. Abubakar, why women always do that? Bible dislike it. Nanja Talk said, children are really different. God is with your son. Amen. Amen. Please still go on all day with him to Nigeria. The option is a very lasting mistake. If I have money, I will go. PM said, I'm from Glasgow and we can't believe what happened. Keep an eye on your boy and watch out for. So I'm keeping an eye. That's why I always say that each and every one of them, I want to know who their friends are. And I've said to him that for the fact that I'm shouting, I want to know where you're going. It's not me controlling, it's just me keeping an eye out for you. You might be the good boy among your folks, but you don't know what your folks are made up of. You don't know other people they are moving with. I always say that to all of my kids. I know what that's why my kids, none of them go for sleepover. I don't allow them go out on their own. If I am available, I will transport them there. But then I understand that I cannot do that for long. I cannot do that all the time. Like I said, my oldest is 21. Is she 21? I believe so. She's 21. My second oldest is going to be 20 next month. And my third one is 18 years old. He's going to be 19. So I've got young adults. And like I said, children are different. So I keep an eye on them and I let them know the consequences of their actions. Like if you do this thing, and when I was talking to him yesterday, I was talking about that boy, like, no, this boy, we don't know his involvement. And it's been mentioned that allegedly that social services are involved in his life. I don't know what led to social service being involved in his life. And look at what happened to him. I've shared this with my son. Like, look at what happened to your friend. What was he doing? I said to him that, what was he doing at that time, at that location, when he should be in bed? And I said to my son as well, there's a reason why I want to know where you are. There's a reason why I want to know who you're moving with. If I'm shouting because you are my son. I care about you. I don't want anything to happen to you. The things I see, you don't see it. But all the children, they think once at a certain age, they believe they know much more than you, their parents. So all I can do is keep telling him, the things that he thinks he knows, which he doesn't know, and also keep praying. That's the only thing I can do. That's the only thing I can do. Vivian, last comment, and then I'm going to end this live stream. Be patient. Tough love helps. You are a good mom. Maybe take him to visit Nigeria for a year. Help me watch my videos so I can make money to go to Nigeria. I really want to go to Nigeria this year. None of them have been to Nigeria. None of them. My oldest, I gave back to my oldest in Nigeria, but my other 4, they've never been to Nigeria. So guys, I beg, go and watch my video so I can buy my tickets. I really want to go to Nigeria this year with my children. So the way you can support me is, watch my videos. I receive super chats. I receive PayPal as well. Support my business. I sell. If you're in the UK, I sell candles. I sell wax melt as well. So find my business handle on TikTok. It's TMO5 Candle. So guys, watch my videos. That way, YouTube will help me generate lots of money. And I'm actually serious, guys. I'm serious. How much is a nursing salary? My salary every month at the take home maybe £2,100, and look at all the bills I've already explained. So yes, watch my videos. Don't skip the adverts. Share my videos, and if you've learned anything from all of these videos and I've been making, and I've seen lots of comments like people saying that You're doing great, and I really appreciate that. Even these videos is helping me learn as well. It's opening my understanding to so many things I've never even thought or think about. So yeah, thank you so much to you guys. Vivian said, I'll walk halfway with that suggestion. Okay. Osila baby said, I have 3 boys, but the last one who is 14 is also doing. Hey God, may God. I think it's that phase. We just need to pray. We just need to pray. Now I've learned that even when I shout, I still have to find my way to warm him back towards me. So that's just the only thing. That's just the only thing. Missing 411. I don't like this type of comment you're dropping on my page. Please don't be racist on my channel. I don't tolerate racism on my channel. Okay, please. Man, I have 3 boys. The last one, who is 14, is also doing the same thing. Why are you calling me my friends? Why are you calling me? My friends are not calling them all the time. Exactly. For me, at some point, I was like, you know what? Even like, I'm going to pack my bags. I'm like, see that bag that you're packing? Let me buy them. You don't go. It's crazy, but yeah, it's just prayer. Parenting is hard. Parenting is hard even when 2 parents are together, and if you're a single parent and you're doing it, it's even harder. Okay, it's even harder. Anyway, guys, I have been here for 2 hours 20 minutes, and this is where I'm going to draw the curtain. African men in diaspora, please do not ignore the feelings or the concerns of your wives. Please. I've heard a case. My husband used to tell me at time that, I think there was a time he often said to me that, the things that you've told me, that you've actually spoken to me about, if I did not do it the way I wanted to, it always turns out better. But if he has gone to go do those things without my input, he always regret doing it. And there's a reason why, there's man and woman. And at times, even my husband has said to me, I don't do this thing. And if I don't do it the way I wanted to do it, obviously it's a different outcome. But if I've gone on to do it the way I wanted to do it, it's always going to be a different outcome. So there's a reason why there's 2 heads are better than one. So there are so many things like, men, do not ignore the feelings or the concerns of your women. Your women are there for a purpose. And like I said, I've always said on my channel that there's no woman goes into a marriage saying that, in 10 years time, I'm going to move out. And when your wives are speaking out about their concerns, please do not disregard it. Do not excuse it. Listen. You can't be leading your family blindly, and your wife is noticing that you are leading them blindly and you don't want to listen. It's not going to help either of you. It's not going to help. And also, yes, Nigerian women, we can do better. And not all Nigerian women will have a sexy voice. Me, I don't have a sexy voice. When I'm talking, it's just like, that's how I talk. You need to see me when I'm upset. The way I'm talking now is the way I talk when I'm upset. Like, I have a very, very loud, hard voice. And it is not every Nigerian woman that will have sexy voice. Be everybody have sexy voice. If I want to have sexy voice, you need to maybe my mama go burn me again. Nigerian talk, you are laughing. It's true now. I don't have a sweet, calm voice. This is how I talk. And when I'm in a heated conversation with somebody, my voice tends to go louder. That is how I talk. And because I'm talking that way, it does not make me a violent person. It does not make me a problematic person. No. So yeah, anyway, thanks so much for being here. Thank you to each and everybody who have jumped up here to share their opinion. All of our speakers, I really appreciate you all. And to those of you who have dropped comments, likes, I really appreciate you, and I hope you come back. Okay, there's gonna be live stream every other day in the course of the week. I tend to do live stream every other day, but I'm trying to drop videos every day. So most of my uploads will be 10 o'clock every day. If you don't get a video from me 10 o'clock every day, it's because maybe I'm trying to give the previous video the chance for it to, to be shared amongst everybody. So I drop videos 10 o'clock every day, all right? And live stream every other day. I'll drop live streams. And yeah, with that being said, thanks so much, guys. If you've watched this live stream till now and you've not yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Don't forget to like. Drop a comment in the comment section. Me still have big voice. Your voice still sweet past my own Nigeria talk. I dey hear you now. Your voice still sweet past my own. Your own voice now. Olele, your own voice now, honey. My own are like those are good way there for you do more time. So anyway, thank you so much, guys. Subscribe if you've not yet done so. Share this live stream. If you're watching it back again, kindly leave your thoughts and opinion in the comment section. Suggestions as to what would help Nigerian marriages thrive in the UK. Feel free to drop your thoughts and opinions as always. And if you have a story for me that you want me to bring all to here, feel free to reach out to me. My Instagram handle is thatmamo5. And if you have any business for me, you want me to advertise your business on my page, you can also send me an email. If you look at the bottom of the comment section, you can see all of my details of my contact there. My contact for business and collaborations, you can email me at thatmom5@gmail.com. And for those of you who have said I'm a fab host, you can support my channel by joining my membership or by PayPaling me. Yes, people still, I told you guys somebody PayPal me £150 yesterday. So thanks to that person. So you can send me PayPal. I know if you send me super chat here, YouTube promotes their own commission. So hence why some people say, oh, I'd rather just PayPal you. So join my membership as well. And my membership is just a way of you supporting my channel. I think the cheapest membership on my channel is $4.99. And then I think I have $9.99. I think I have $20.99. That way you can support my channel. And also, please go check out my business page on TikTok. My business page on TikTok is TMO5 Candle Co. I sell candles, scented candles, wax melts, home diffusers. I ship within the UK, okay? I ship throughout the UK. So sometimes you might get free delivery on TikTok. So go support a small black business. All right. Thank you so much, guys. And this way I'm going to end the live stream. My members are Abby. Abby is one of my members there, who gives me something every month by my channel. And Life with Natu is also another of my members there. So please kindly, join my membership and support this channel. We are growing, and I know this ministry is going to grow further than this. So thank you, guys, and have an amazing, amazing week ahead. And I pray we shall all be back here, to share a lot of our testimonies. All right. Thank you so much, and I will see you all in my other videos. All right. Bye for now. Bye, everybody. So Vivian V, I already have a video. We did a live stream about that video. If you go on my channel on the live session, we already did that video. I am Vivian, of that man who was talking to a 13-year-old via a dating app. We already did that live stream. I think we did it last year. We already did that live stream. Okay. Thank you.